You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Kicking things off with an ad, but not an ad. I just need to shout out Good Day, without which I would be dead. And that's an exaggeration. Don't get me in trouble, TGA or whoever. But I have got a house full of sick girls, and I've just been pounding the Good Day. Now, I sound sick, I get it, but that's it.
You sound a bit nasally.
Yeah, but I'm everything. I'm nasally and I've lost my voice. But
you lose your voice if the fucking wind blows the wrong direction.
I lose my voice after a big night of screaming and shit, but I hadn't done any of that. I just woke up Friday and my voice was gone. But I still went out and ripped with me old mates at the Manly Seagulls and our family business lunch, you know? And I didn't dip into sick town. And I just want to let you know, that doesn't happen without Good Day. Anyway, that's a side note. It's just an intro with a bit of a fucking glazing of our own product. I get it. But Eddie, how are you,
Yeah, but it's
mate?
an appropriate glazing, Tom.
It is. It's
and that's
cold.
the difference.
Sickness afoot.
That's the difference. Sickness is afoot. We are in the cold months, punters and dribblers know that, winter, duh. But if you're on the East Coast, looking wet next couple of days.
Oh, is it?
That's going to bring on more sniffles.
Is it wet?
So if you're going to pull the trigger, now is the time to pull it.
Yeah. Damn it, I fucking hate the wet.
Bomb saying up to 90 mils tomorrow, potentially.
Oh, huge.
Which is
That'll be a nice drive.
biblical.
Biblical rain tomorrow, biblical rain Wednesday.
I think it's also wind and stuff as well.
Oh, great.
Mini cyclone, I'm here.
I just did some cleaning up in the backyard as well, so that's
25 to 40 Ks.
25 to 40 Ks.
Huge. Wind can get fucked. Wind is the worst. Wind is the least fun of all of the elements.
Yep. Fire probably as well. If you're
Yeah,
on fire.
but fire warms you up and shit. Unless you want to fly a kite, wind is useless.
Or sail a boat.
Or sail a boat.
Or kick a big torp.
Well, I don't know. Do you need we don't necessarily need the wind for that.
Well, if you want to show off to your mates.
Again, with the wind at your back.
Wind at your back.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
Just
run a
put
really
one up
fast,
high.
Run a really fast 100-metre time.
Yeah, but they're not recognised.
Yeah, but it's school
wind fucks ya.
it's school carnivals.
Yeah.
Like, look how quick I am.
Yeah, listen, you're probably right.
I am right.
Nah, you're probably
Because then you
right.
can go to school and be like, I'm a sick cunt. I break
but
fucking
just-
15
Yeah, but
seconds.
if you just win the race, you'd be pretty much a fucking badass at school.
Mate, time has meant something.
They meant something. But if you just won the race, you're a badass. It carries a cachet being the quickest kid at school.
Like to run a punter's sub 10, which is sub 12.
Yes.
And you had the wind at your back.
Yeah.
They're not taking wind.
No, of course they're not.
So now you're immortalised.
Yes. Well, you and I both achieved that feat.
I bet you it was blowing.
Oh, it'd have to have been. Shout out to Manly first. Great win, famous win, just a hell of a win. We'll get to it later. But a nice office luncheon on Friday.
Friday was amazing. Nipped into Mr. Wong's. Place was heaving. A lot of business getting done.
Heaps. Not by us.
A lot of movers and shakers in there.
Oh, yeah.
I assume.
Well, there's a 78-year-old couple behind us. They look like they were moving and shaking.
Well, they were covered in Sebo's Xiaolong Bao, so they were having a
Sebo's
great
ability
time.
to squirt a soup, not just to, Sebo, if you've known him as long as I have, I don't know why he still owns white T-shirts. He just,
It's all he wears.
Within seconds.
I've never seen him in another colour.
Within seconds, he's got shit all over that shirt, like a white shirt generally. And then 2 seconds before we eat our Xiaolong Baos, our soup dumps, Willie Burns goes, shit, we're all wearing white shirts. We better put bibs on or cover up. I do my jacket up. I think you may have done the same. Sebo just fucking raw dogs a Xiaolong Bao. Doesn't even realise. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, already? And it looks like blood spatter all up his shirt, up onto his neck. I've never seen a soup dumpling do that before. I've seen him you get a bit on you, but I've never seen it blood spatter. It was so bad. It was over his back and on the back of his shirt.
I don't even know how that happens. It's almost like it took a rebound.
It must have
Come
gone
off the roof or something.
It's gone high up.
Yeah, like the parable effect or whatever. There's
I don't know.
whatever ballistic missiles do, they reach a point and they
this
come
was
back
a
down.
Ballistic soupy.
Ballistic soupy. This thing was all over him. If you saw our Instagram, you know what we're talking about. It was shocking because it was probably 15 seconds after we'd all been warned.
Yeah.
And Sebo is just top and tailed in Xiaolong Bao. The man was on fire.
Yeah, he
on
was.
Friday.
Well, then we get on the
He
boat.
came in a rugby league mood. Then when we were on the boat, we were going past Fort Denison, and we tried to get him to do a bit. You know,
Give us a Fort Denison bit.
Give us a Fort Denison. He's, I'm not a clown. It's like, mate,
I'm not your clown. That's what
I'm
he
like-
said. Yes, you are.
I'm like, mate, you're the one that craps on about Fort
It's your-
Denison every fucking day.
Get up and give us
this
a
is
Fort
your
Denison
thing.
bit. Anyway.
Fort Denison's your thing. Anyway, his hat flies off.
He turns
with
and
his
faces
sunnies.
the wind. Sonny's on his good day hat, just whoosh, and his bald head, and he's like, it was getting dark. We're going over to the Manly game, and he's like, you don't get it, my head's freezing. Give me a hat.
Yeah, he was like, I've never seen a man more vulnerable.
Yeah, he was.
Then on a cold, overcast, windy night,
On the
as
front of a
sun
ferry.
setting on the front of a ferry, he'd been taken back to his childhood.
To be
almost.
honest,
so vulnerable.
He'd never looked more bald than in that moment.
No, that's the baldest I've ever seen him, and just about the baldest I've ever seen anyone in
Yeah.
the flesh.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've seen balder people online.
Oh, listen, in
You
the
know,
in the cinema. You
In
know
the
what I mean?
in cinema, you'll see a balder man.
depicted in maybe like mysticism, you know.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
to see it in front of your very own eyes.
Mysticism, yeah. Traveling circuses. Come and see the bald man.
Come and see the bald freak.
He looked bald as a badger.
So you had to give him
But
your
so I gave him my hat. Well, it wasn't even really up for debate, was
No,
it?
he was
He's
like,
like, I need this. I
"Give me
need
the
this.
hat."
I'm like, right, okay, well,
Okay.
I mean, if this is a matter of life or death, which it seems to be,
Is he too bald to go to Turkey? Probably not.
well, you need to take stuff from the sides.
He would have sides. He just shaves it off.
We asked him if he'd go to Turkey. He said no.
Yeah, but I reckon if it was funded, he would.
I reckon he'd go if he was around a golf in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come and play Turkey Pines or something, and he'd go. He'd be straight there.
He'd be there in a minute. And then obviously, Manly game, whatever. Great time on the hill though. Great to see everyone.
Well, it's not whatever.
No, not whatever. I mean, like, I think we'll get to it. There's a lot to get to, I think. And I mean, like, the Manly beating the Tigers was
4 Pines before the game, the brewery there in Brookvale. If you haven't
Truck
been
bar.
before, you need to step up to the plate because it is elite. Great vibe. There's a band there. Everyone's feeling themselves, literally and metaphorically. And then you go to the game, you rip in.
Well, you go to the game, you see the worst first half of football, maybe in the history of rugby league.
Well, they were calling it the worst half of all time.
Yeah.
That was good judges, bad judges, poor judges.
All judges.
All judges in agreement.
Yeah, worst half
The
of football.
worst half of footy ever played. Are we getting to the game? May as well. We're here.
We're here now.
Tommy Turbo got one of the biggest hits put on him I've ever seen. I didn't think he was going to come back from that first half snapping. It was biblical in nature
Yes,
as
it
the
was.
screen dies.
As the is that an electrical fault? Or is that just a screen dying? Well, while we're here, this was before the game because obviously Manly was under the pump a little bit. Like there was some there was a bit of pressure being floated about as to like Seabold being under pressure. We've got, what are we going to win these games? You got to beat the Tigers. Then we got the Rabbitohs next weekend. Lukey Stowe during our stream sent us a quote from Seabold, which I found to be very poignant. As he was asked about being under pressure, he goes, what's going on in Israel and Ukraine? That's pressure, right? If you think about life, right, every single one of us is going to die. And he actually goes on. There's more to it, but that's the only one that I've got in front of me. Can you try to find the full one? But, he's dead right.
Well, he's right, and it's got results.
Yeah.
Because it's 28-10 over a gritty Tigers outfit.
Over a gritty
Tom.
Tigers outfit with, couple of outs, not many.
Well, them.
The Tigers.
We had outs.
Well, exactly. We probably had more outs than they did.
Mount Paseka not playing all season.
Olakwatu.
Huge out. Olakwatu out. I mean, we got outs, baby.
Yeah, we got outs.
We got outs. Drowning outs. What is pressure about? Let's put perspective on it. What's going on over in Israel and Ukraine? That's pressure, Seabold told the Sydney Morning Herald. Yep, continue. The reality is, guys, if you think about life, every single one of us is going to die. Every single one of us, right? That's all in capitals.
Every dot, single one dot of dot.
Not to be morbid, but you really work out what's important in life. Yep. Nothing. Could you You're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
Is that Nietzsche?
Is it nihilist?
Is that nihilist? Is that Nietzsche? I'm really passionate about coaching, but I'm also passionate about other things as well. So it's not pressure. You've got to put perspective on these things, guys. It's a game of footy.
I do slightly disagree with that in the sense that, like,
if I don't have a job here anymore, I'll still be able to feed the family, and that's what's most important.
well, because we're all going to die.
Well, what's the point of feeding anyone?
What's the point of even eating if you're just going to die anyway? You're just staving off death, aren't you?
Yeah, well, exactly. You're delaying death. You're
just
delaying the inevitable.
You're delaying the inevitable, which is just the ever marching
Seriously,
time.
mate, why drink water? Why hydrate?
We may as well just die.
May as well
Why
just
move
go
Tommy
with
to the centres? We're all going to die.
Why? I mean, why do anything? Why even turn up?
Why even answer questions? We're all going to die. What's the fucking point? He sounds
Why
like
even go to the ground?
He sounds a bit emo. It's a bit mum's bedroom with a fringe.
It's not long enough.
No, mine's not there. Oh, yours is. You got to sweep it down to the side though. Just sweep to the side. Jesus.
Not quite. Now, Seabold. I cannot help but agree with the man. I mean, what we're talking about here, Tom, is just two. It's just what are we playing for? 2 made up points.
Yeah.
Don't mean anything.
Arbitrary.
It's made up.
Nothing matters. Now we won 28-10. So
It matters now.
well, it matters. It matters on the ladder, which is also arbitrary and doesn't mean anything. But like on the ladder, it matters because we beat the Tigers 28-10.
This is what's happening. A made up sport, right, is being played
On a made-up field.
on a made up field with made up lines,
yeah.
with made up rules.
in a made-up suburb.
Yep, in a made up with the names made up.
Yeah.
And people are wearing made up colours.
Yeah.
Really, like the colours existed, but we've made.
But we
them
made
up.
them up.
Yeah, for a made up name for a made up club.
Yeah. With a weird
People with
ball.
made up names.
Yeah.
Right.
Made-up identities.
Made up identities with made up looks. Are playing a made up game against another made up team.
Yeah.
For a made up amount of points to go into a made up position on a made up ladder.
Yeah. To win a made-up prize.
To
a made-up competition.
Well, and to win, and you get paid made up money.
Yeah.
I mean, all we did was just go, that's worth that.
Yeah.
That's all made up.
That's so he's
It's
spot
like,
on.
he is so.
He's probably had mushrooms, dude. Feel like he's,
Or he's gone for a bit of a trip and just wrote down his thoughts during the last buy.
as in a mushroom trip.
Yeah, he's gone on a trip. A
That's
mushroom
what I
trip.
mean. Yeah, no,
He's floated
so
down a river.
He's eaten mushrooms on a rafting trip. He's collected his thoughts.
And no, but he's gone to a higher plane.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you need to understand, punters and dribblers, about geniuses, is that they're essentially on a higher plane. They look down on us and they see everything for what it is.
Yes.
Meaningless.
Yeah. But it's a good point, dude. Like Ukraine and Gaza, so like relax.
Well, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, wait, it could be worse. You could be getting shelled by the IDF.
And that's a reasonable point.
It's a great reminder.
Yeah, it's a great reminder.
It's a great reminder. When times are tough,
Yeah.
think about Gaza. Think about Ukraine.
Yep.
Let's just think about
Yep.
fucking, what else have we got? East Timor back in the day. Think about,
Oh, East Timor, well, that was a conflict.
that was a conflict right there.
Well,
mate.
you've got the Korean War, Tom. You've got the Iraq War 1 and 2.
Yeah. The Gulf.
The Gulf War, I believe,
Yeah.
into the Iraq War.
Yeah.
I mean, there's war in Syria.
Vietnam, mate.
Oh,
Let's not forget
Vietnam.
about
That was a fucking doozy. What about the Falklands War?
Fucking mate.
The Falklands?
When times are tough.
Obviously, that was when the Argentinians leapt up and got crushed inside a couple of days.
Heard of it? That's pressure, mate.
Pressure.
I want to talk about pressure.
You want to talk pressure? That's eating your mate's fucking kidney after 5 months off the food.
Yeah. You want to talk about pressure? Try a bit of Stalingrad. Sprinkle that on. And then you think of if I'm going to worry about 2 fucking
You want to hear
made
pressure?
up points.
Yeah. You want to hear pressure? Minus 40 degrees. You don't have any fucking cold weather gear, and you're trying to eat a horse.
It's frozen stiff.
Frozen stiff. That's pressure.
Nah, that's real pressure. It's great to put things into perspective.
It's important to put things in perspective. I tell you what would have done the job, though. It could be worse. We're not the Tigers.
Well, there you go. That's pressure.
You know what I mean?
6 on the trot.
6 on the trot. Sniffing around that spoon stuff again.
Shrinking spine. Have you heard about their shrinking spine?
As in,
Well, Appy's out. Luai's going to be in Origin. They just let go of Talon Silva. Heath Mason's suspended. So now they're playing. I have no idea who they're playing. And they'll have Latu Finer. That's it.
so Coruscant injured. Talon De Silva leaving, so they don't have a
He's
hooker.
already gone.
So they don't have a hooker.
Don't have a hooker. Jerome going to Origin, and Buller out, injured.
So it's not a shrinking spine, it's
Spina bifida.
spina biff.
No, but they've got one spine. They've got one vertebrae in there. Latu. What a fucking nightmare season it's been for the Tigers. They started off with so much promise, and they've got rid of that Lockie Bales. Then they get rid of De Silva. I just don't understand it. Like, I get it, but, like, you didn't need to get rid of him now.
Well,
You just didn't need to get rid of him now.
but did they want to get rid of him? Or did he want to go?
Well, he wanted to go because he didn't
Right.
want to play, but he could have stayed till next year. Like, he was still on contract. He was just like, I don't want to play fucking reserve.
Sorry.
I
Why
don't
do they
wanna
get
play
rid of him
reserve.
now? Well, I don't know why clubs do that. I don't know. And this is the thing, Tom. This is the thing that you and I often talk about in the rugby league green room, is that I don't know if these questions are getting asked, or if they're getting asked, they've been avoided, or they're not getting asked at all, or they're not getting asked the correct way. But why aren't there people at the next Tiger Sim being like, why are you getting rid of Taylor now? Now. Tell me. What's that about? No one seems to answer questions that fans want to hear.
What's the point in getting rid of him now? Oh, we just want to give him, like, even if you were to go, like, hey, we just want to, like, free up some cash.
Cody, have you heard that question asked?
No.
Right.
Do you have any idea why?
No.
How do you feel about it?
It's straitjacket stuff, dude. We didn't even get anything back. We just let him go for no reason. And now we have
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's no accountability,
No,
really.
I'm with you here.
It's crazy.
There's no accountability. It's like, oi, fans, show up every week, support the club, buy 50 different fucking jerseys because we make new ones all the time, pay your memberships, and shut the fuck up while we just do whatever we want.
Yeah, also, did you get that new jersey?
Also, buy our new, fucking insert weird round reference here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, elobe round.
Dude, love ELO Brown. I actually think that's worth. I think it's worth. You don't make fun of ELO Brown. It's like it's one of the things that unites all people is the earlobe. Yeah, you know, I mean, everyone has them except for those weird people that don't, who just like it looks like they've been melted.
Well, that's what's in reference of.
Yeah.
People who don't have lobes, they're like their ears just been melted to the side of their neck.
Yeah, and they put earrings in them, and everyone's like, "Ooh, don't draw attention to that."
That's what it's in reference of. It's like to try and jimmy up money so people can get lobe corrective surgery.
Yeah, it's an important round.
Yeah, it's a very important round. Buy a earlobe jersey. Supporting great work.
Yeah, but
how much is that going to cost for my 8-year-old child? That'll be $450, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
And don't ask me about talent again, you lippy little cunt.
Yeah.
Now buy the jersey and fuck off.
Fuck off. Celebrate ELO Brown. What are you, fucking anti-lobe?
Anti-lobe, mate. Are you anti-lobe?
Oh, you're anti-lobe, are you? I'll cancel you, cunt. You be careful.
Oh, yeah, fucking hell. I'll get a current affair on the blow. I follow this bloke around and scream at him saying he's anti-lobe.
He's anti-lobe.
You run your own business, mate. Don't you support earlobe, mate? Where are you going?
Where are you fucking
Where you going? This car even registered, mate?
You haven't, no, she haven't donated to ELO Brown, mate. Punters and dribblers, if you love your Japanese lager, you're going to love their darks. Their dark lager. In these cold, wintry months, the easy drinking dark lager is the beer for the thinking dribbler and dribblet.
Yes, it is. It's available now at Dan Murphy's and BWS nationally. I got to tell you, it's just the most superb drop from our good mates at Full Punch. I thought that Japanese lager was hot and horny, but this dark lager, it's just...
It hits the spot.
Well, it speaks to me spiritually.
Yep.
I struggled with that, but I got it out. Dark lager, give it a go. BWS and Dan Murphy's nationally. Nip in there now.
Turbo playing centre. It's just, I've loved Turbo's, his what would you call it? Like, he's made the best attempt possible to make it look like he's happy playing centre.
Well,
Just like in every interview, it's just like, whatever for the team. He's gone, they asked him after the game and he goes, it's enjoyable winning. I'm happy to play anywhere. I enjoy fullback. I enjoy centre. I haven't played front row, but I'd probably enjoy that for a little bit. If we're winning, I'm happy. It's just like, this guy's just like, you can hear it in the words.
Well, because it would just be so etch knowing that you're Tom Drabojevic and you've played the best footy that's ever been played by a Homo sapien. I don't know what the Neanderthals were up to,
Well, I don't know if they could
back in the day, but it's the best Homo sapien rugby league I've seen.
Yep.
It's the best anyone's seen.
Yep.
And those that know will tell you, could have been the greatest of all time. Things haven't panned out his way. Now, he's been constantly asked about the move to centre after he got snapped in half in the first couple of minutes. It was the worst half of footy ever played in the history of the comp.
Yeah.
We go on to get a nice win, 28-10. We celebrate. We yip and yahoo on the hill. Everyone's happy. Everyone's jovial. Everyone's enjoying themselves. Tommy Tavojevic probably just trying to, wind down with a nice glass of lemonade or something. He's then asked, mate, so about this centre stuff, you're like, yep. Yeah, that's just it. You know what it is, mate? You know what it is, dickhead? It's just a nice reminder of my decline. That's all it is. Yeah. I was up here, now I'm down here, and I've got to change jerseys and get asked about it all the time.
Yeah, it's like, I reckon I'd enjoy playing front row.
It'd be like sticking the fucking mic in old Masood's mouth when he was selling ice creams. You happy with your...
Yeah, how you going?
How you going here, mate?
Well, Jesus, is Tommy selling ice creams in the centres? Yes, a little bit.
Mate, so from where he was, and I don't, put it this way, I don't think he's selling ice creams in the centres.
I don't think he should be.
But
That's how it would feel.
But I think that he might feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I was the man.
Now I'm running an ice cream truck in the centres.
Now I'm running an ice cream truck in the centres. Not even a looking for Origin. Tough.
That is tough. That's real tough.
And it doesn't sound like the news was broken to him, in a way that is maybe befitting of his stature.
Oh, befitting. Yeah.
Come in, you got 7 minutes, mate. Jenny here will time the conversation.
Get out.
And I will remind you that if you are mid-sentence, you will be cut off. Now, please.
Get out.
You are wasting time.
You are wasting time. We need to send Jake Arthur to Newcastle immediately, which is what's happened. I don't know if you've seen that. Apparently. Can you check that?
Yep.
Jake Arthur.
Where's Talon gone?
Para, 4 years.
That's right.
That's nice. I thought we were going to get him.
No, we thought we were going to get him.
I think maybe he played us and was like, oh.
Part of a swap for rookie prop Paul Bryan
Yeah, we got Paul Bryan.
coming to Manly.
Okay, so we've finally started to go, geez, we might need a prop or two. I don't know how Blake Bryan plays.
Paul Bryan.
Paulie Bryan.
I hope Paul Bryan
Can I get some information on Paul Bryan?
Serious case of the two first names. That's as pure
As the driven snow.
That is as pure.
Well, it's not as good as Peter Peters, but it's pretty good.
No. A man with the same name twice suing his parents. But Paul Bryan is as pure a double first name you'll get.
Do you think that people with first names for last names, that's just that's an accounting error? Not an accounting error. Clerical error. I mean, this is back in the day, punters and dribblers, you got to remember, there was no computers. Everything was kept on paper.
Parchment.
There was parchment, Tom. Pen and parchment. And I just feel like Jenny's got down there and she's had a couple the night before, not paying attention. Who's this bloke? Oh, this is Greenhorn Brian. Got it mixed up. Got it back to front.
Got it the wrong way around.
Yeah, and now when you go down, they're like, nah, sorry, sir, your last name is Brian. Yeah, but that's my first name. No.
Nah, unfortunately, we can't. Especially back in those days, we can't change that around. That's on parchment now, mate.
No, well, I mean, you're locked in.
No, that's on parchment.
Yeah.
Speaking of last names, first names, names in general, and I'm jumping all over the shop here, but I feel like it's right. There's some baby news. First of which is that Hazel Holiday's first word is dada. Suck a dick.
Was it?
Yeah.
But how does that follow the previous two?
I have no recollection of the other two.
You don't know?
I have no idea. I didn't even know what their first words were.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know what their first words were. I don't know if it was mum, I don't know if it was dad, I don't know if it was anything. I just have no idea. I don't know why it's my brain, but I don't even know if Steph remembers. Either way, got it on camera. Dada. She does it all the time now. So huge congratulations to me.
Up, mate?
And dads everywhere. Does that put me in the running for 4-time deal for the year? You got to be in the running. You got to be in the running.
Well, you got to be nominated.
Yeah, I'd have to be. But in terms of real baby news, Nikita Zoo and his partner have welcomed a child, and Bradman Best and Jeff Fennick's daughter, whose name escapes me, they're expecting a child in January of 2026. But Nikita Zoo has named his child Curiosity after the rover.
After the NASA rover on Mars.
After the Mars rover, Curiosity.
Really?
I don't know how you shorten that. Curious? City. Anyway, congratulations to Nikita. I just thought that was important there. Is it a big, you can see it on his Instagram.
Curiosity after the rover.
Curiosity Zoo.
Then what about Opportunity Zoo?
Well, I don't know the other rovers. That's the thing.
There's an opportunity.
Well, Curiosity, I think, was the name, like, as a word, spoke to Nikita more than Opportunity, was it?
Well, I'm just trying to work. Let's just, can we go through the Mars rovers and just see
How many rovers? Well, yeah, but
Curiosity is the passion that drives us through our everyday lives. It is this powerful force of curiosity. So curiosity is a powerful force of curiosity, which has led humans to become explorers, scientists, historians, and artists. Curiosity is the everlasting flame burning in all of us that compels us to ask questions, to wonder, to learn, to grow, and to know. As parents, we hope our daughter's name will give her the courage and strength to explore life without fear. Hanging 5 carrots on my baby girl's ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the pool. Considered a fool because I dropped out of high school.
Stereotype of a black male
misunderstood, but it's still all good. May her own curious mind be the guiding compass leading
Glad
the
we left out
way
that next
as she
line.
grows to understand herself and the world around her. That is deep
Yeah.
and powerful
Powerful.
stuff.
My
From the
next
butcher.
question, and congratulations to the Butch and to Mrs. Butch. Curiosity Butch.
So we could have gone with Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity. That was my one. Curiosity, Perseverance, or
Zhurong. Zhurong probably a tough one.
That's
Part of the Taiwanese Tiananmen.
Chinese. I would assume the Chinese space agency.
Okay.
Tianwen.
I think Curiosity is probably the best call there of all those.
You don't like Spirit Zoo?
Yeah, Spirit's probably second best. What I wanted to ask you, though, is back to Bradman and Kayla Fennick, I think.
Kayla, yep.
Now, they're having a child. What like, athletic great does he have to name? He's Bradman Best, right? Like, what the fuck do they go with for the name of this child? Like, you need to get a prominent last name of an athletic great to shoehorn it with Best.
Yes.
Federer Best.
Yep. Well,
It's going to be the last name, though.
no, of course. I think that, Pele Best,
Pele Best.
Messi Best, Tiger Best.
Tiger Best? No, that's Woods Best.
Because you look good to use the last
You got to
name.
use the last name. Shibasaki Best.
Zidane Best.
Zidane Best.
Shibasaki Best. Listen, if you're going to go with an Australian, I think it needs to be Warren Best.
Warren Best. Freeman Best. What if it was a girl?
Freeman Best.
Cuthbert Best.
Butterfly Best after Madam Butterfly.
Well, that's true. Madam Butterfly. You could do Fraser Best. Dawn. Not Malcolm. Dawn.
Goolagong Best after the great Evan Goolagong.
Oh, of course.
Wouldn't go with Court Best, obviously.
Huh? Who?
Court Best.
Who's Court?
Margaret.
Oh, no. No, you don't go with Court Best, mate.
Well, she was the best, but,
Listen, she was the best, but bit of bloody...
more slams than anyone.
Well, more
but we don't talk about that.
well, she's Christian, and that's what I was saying. That it was just she holds some,
Well, she holds some outdated beliefs.
some outdated beliefs don't really jive with current public sentiment. Could play tennis, though.
Oh, shit, she could play.
Oh, she could play tennis. Court Best.
Court Best. Woo.
Oof. Anyway, I'm excited to see if they, because Curiosity Zoo, right? That's possibly the best name I've heard. If you think about an athlete naming their name,
I can't believe the rant he goes on.
I can, because you have to justify Curiosity Best to them. You have to sell that to the market.
That's true. That's
you
a great
can't
point.
just go.
Well, you can. I mean, we live in a day and age when names are getting pretty funky fresh.
No, they're getting very funky fresh, but I think that the reason for the explanation is that he feels like he needs to explain himself.
I wouldn't have bought into it if it wasn't for the rover part.
Yeah, correct.
My daughter's named after a rover on another planet.
And
which
he's
is
a bit of a
roughly-
space
Which
kiddo.
is roughly 9 months away. Every 18 months. Got to wait for him to marry up. Not important. What's important is that his daughter's named after a Martian rover, which I think's still with us. Is
With us?
With us? What's going on here? His opportunities, Curiosity is still with us.
Yeah.
I believe, yes.
Yeah.
Curiosity,
Killed the cat.
was it Spirit and Opportunity with the two little ones, and then Curiosity came along later and was a bit bigger?
Do you think Tobbo has the answer to that question?
How big's Curiosity? I'll be able to tell.
How big?
Yep.
Its max speed is, oh, hang on. No, it's 2.9 meters by 2.7 by 2.2. Pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. I think it was the second, the one they dropped when it came through. Listen, this is going to bore everyone. It's
Yeah.
going to bore everyone.
Launched in 2011.
Yeah, it's going to bore everyone.
Listen, I think I need to be a little bit, probably need a couple of gummies on board before I can get it. Not a
I
Monday
was
morning.
gonna launch into it.
No.
Like, this is going to bore everyone.
No. This is not a Monday morning chat. Again, I don't want to just I don't want you to feel disheartened because I'm into it. But Monday morning.
No, but I just felt as I went to start that I just didn't have the support.
bit of content sensibility. You didn't have support of the board. You did not. I'm happy to tell you that. But
Did we
congratulations.
finish the Manly game? Was that done?
Well, what the fuck else is there to talk about?
No,
The
I
game
was just checking.
Stunk. It stunk. We won. I actually hit a bet
Same.
for Manly. Oh, not good for you, mate.
Manly 13 plus cooler, because I believe
Oh, yeah. Cooler, Garrick, Burbo.
you didn't scuba.
Yeah, I know. That fucked me up. All things for about even, guys. Listen, was there anything else in the Manly game? Buzz Rothfield,
Good crowd.
good crowd.
That's
Great crowd. We'll
not nothing. Not nothing.
Well, because Manly fans turn up. Everyone says we don't turn up. Fuck you, mate. We just turn up late. I was talking to Brett Stewart. Heard of him?
we actually saw Chalky Watmow there
We
as well.
saw Chock
One of
as
the
well.
greats.
But Bretty, again, I was with Willie Burns and Brett came and said g'day, and I was like, man, we were like, this is like the coolest fucking thing ever. Like, I've met him before, but I've always just assumed that Brett has. We always assume that no one knows who the fuck we are.
No, Brett said
But
good
Brett
day.
came and said g'day, and I was like, wow, dude. Hey, Brett, I'm just going to go and clean the jizz out of me pants, mate. But he was saying himself, he was like, even when we were fucking ripping, you'd be out there and you'd be like, shit, no one's coming. And then you'd like for your warm up, and then you'd go in, and then you come back out, and she's pumping. You're like, where'd these guns come from? So the crowd was good.
Crowd was solid.
Heaving.
17 of the best.
17 of the best. Go Manly. What a fucking team. Buzz Rothfield, though. He had a couple of some bitchy columns on the weekend. God, good reading though. If you're a dad, if you're me and you're a dad and you're just like fucking.
So if you're you, or if you're a dad?
Well, I'm me, but if you're a dad at home, multiple children on the go, even one, doesn't need to be multiple, but you know, it's family time, it's chaos. To pull yourself away from the chaos of the world and just go and sit in a room.
On the John.
No, you don't want to. You can't read the paper on the shitter.
Why?
I like to have it out on a table instead of like.
Right.
But you just get to work. I sat in a sunny part of the
Do you have
house.
any magazines in your John?
No, we used to growing up.
No, everyone did, but that was before phones.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But no, do you?
Get a couple of penthouses in there.
You do? Yeah, crank down.
Two FHMs.
Is Ella cool with that?
FHMs.
Yeah,
Couple
FHM.
Playboys.
Zoo mags.
Yeah, a couple of zoos.
Couple of zoos. Zoos are good. Yeah, but see, that's the idea of having magazines in the shitters. I'm
We
like,
should put a couple in here.
couple of zoos.
No,
Just
something a bit more
magazine.
tasteful.
Ralph Zoo. So porn maybe. Let's just stick porn to the mirror.
Or the back of the door.
The back of the door.
Like a construction shitter.
Yeah, I know. But the thing I don't understand with having magazines in the shitter is like, you got to touch that.
Well, it's not great for a germaphobe.
Well, it's not great for anyone. It's not great for. It's great for germs. If you're germs, you're like, yeah, dude, give me more things to share with the people. Why don't we have some drinks?
But you could wash
Let's have a tray of food next to the shitter.
What happens if you wash your hands afterwards?
Yeah, I know.
So then they're washed.
It's just, I mean, is it foolproof, the wash? Is it like, I'm going to touch this? Do I touch myself before I get, I don't know. Like, it just feels like.
Well, I think you'd just be magazine, then paper, then wash and leave.
So once you wipe is when you don't pick the magazine up again after you wipe your ass.
No.
That would be uncouth.
That would be uncouth. Because so technically you go in with fresh hands. Or like, you've come in with like construction hands.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean.
Well, of course you don't.
Yeah, podcasting hands. And you sit down and you read it, and then you wipe your ass, then you leave. So I think you're cool. It would be the wiping and the picking back up.
And
that
then
would be the
what
issue.
about just the general the absorption of the?
Well, it's marinating.
It's marinating in poo fumes.
Yeah, but then you're just wiping your ass, and but you're washing your hands before you get out of there. That's what I'm sort of.
I've always found that even a little flawed because then you got to touch the door handle, and it's like you're not getting out of there scot free.
No, you don't.
You never get out of it. I always find it kind of counterintuitive. I still got to turn this tap off that was touched by my poo hands.
Well, I've always liked the ones where you sort of snake in there and they don't have a door.
Yeah, but even the ones where I'm talking about
when you snake in? Like ones in malls don't have doors generally. You just walk in and they're like, you sort of got to walk this way and that way so you can't look in.
Yes, but I'm more like and they've changed it in malls now where it's usually like sensor taps. But the idea that, okay, I've done a shit, now I'm going to the toilet, I'm going to the sink, turn the tap on, wash my hands. So I've got poo tap, wash my hands, and then I've got to turn it off again.
Well, there's sensors now, so.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying?
Well, back in the day, yeah. Well, that was pre-sensor, though. Sensors changed
The
everything.
sensor has changed the game. They often fuck up, though. They should be way better.
I think they get too much. I think they're asked to get through too much work.
The sensor, like it gets pounded.
Well, it's like they become like Jake Trbojevic, you know what I mean? They're just like.
Well, it's
run out of puff.
Well, it's hit their 30s. The sensors hit their 30s and they're winding down. They've given great service.
But I just seem to get the ones that have.
Well, they've hit their 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on their final contract.
I never get a young tap.
No, that's the problem. I feel like that we never get young taps. You get late.
You never get like a toy 21-year-old tap.
No, you never get in a tight, fresh tap. Rumped up.
It's always fucking cellulite and shit.
Well, it's usually like I'm exploring my options in England, sort of taps.
Yeah.
300 games.
Yeah.
300 washes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm selling sporting equipment.
So there's obviously rugby league games specifically to get to.
Is there?
But there's rugby league news that I want to get to just as much.
There's heaps of news.
So
massive morning story, overnight story, morning story.
What's the story?
Queensland side.
Oh yeah. Excuse me, I just burped heavily.
And farted. Don't leave that out. So, news off. So, New South Wales side's the same. So,
Yeah.
care 8.
Well, listen, we probably could have had a Colomatungi in there, but other than that, we good. Probably Lucky, Stefano,
Yeah, I think so.
Keon probably like what the fuck lad, but other than that, whatever. I think we get to work. But
Well, it's a whatever Trevor situation.
Queensland are the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're exactly the same except for Josh Papali'i into the side for Fodawaker, and then Lindsay Collins to the bench, or maybe he's already on the bench, but Lindsay Collins the other front row, and then Hammer to fullback, Shibasaki to the centres. Shibasaki, who has been, I'm reading Goxie's comment here, Broncos, Knights, Cowboys, Rabbitohs, was Q Cup last year. Now he's debuting for Queensland. Can I say something humbly as a huge Shibasaki fan? You know what I mean? You know what your centre pairing is Shibasaki and Robert Toya? When you could have had Reece Walsh as your fullback? Like when Ponga went down, I was seriously like, fuck. They're going to bring Reece Walsh in and he's going to be hot as fuck.
The thinking clearly is that Hammer defensively was pounded into the core of the earth in game 2, wasn't he?
He was on the wing. Did you get? Oh yeah,
He did. And so he's probably like, we need Hammer in the side, but if I keep him on the wing, it's pound town rugby league style. So maybe we put him a fullback. So then who do I bring into the centres? Well, Shibasaki's about the only bloke I've got. That feels like that. It feels like we want Hammer, but we can't play him on the wing or the centres.
Yeah, but like surely you can just be better at defence on the wing. Like if you just go, hey, you know.
Well, I'm just trying to work out why Shibasaki's in the side instead of Reece Walsh.
Because that's essentially what it is, the Shibasaki or Reece Walsh. And I'm just like, what?
That's what's happened.
What? Shibasaki's been great. Happy for him. Really happy for him. The greatest goatee in the history of rugby league. Maybe the world. And you know, we lost game 2 even though we won it technically, but like we lost it, so it's humble city over here.
Well, that's why I'm, you show me this selection before game 2, and my response is...
I spit in your face.
Oh, it's different. I mean, I laugh at you. I belittle you.
Yes.
And now I'm forced...
to show a bit of rugby league
because of the actions of my own side, really, who were terrible.
They let themselves down.
In the first half of the last game.
Beat ourselves,
lost the game themselves. I'm now sitting here being like, right, weird selection. However,
humble.
I'm super humble now.
I'm
like the most humble guy of all time.
Yeah, humble in that.
Because I know what can happen. I know what can happen. There is a chance next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, punters and dribblers, that I'm sitting here going, Shibasaki has won an Origin fixture and thus a shield because our side decided to go out there and play like cucks.
Unlikely.
I would have said impossible if it weren't for game 2, Tom. I would have said impossible. The Maroons are so much worse than us.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking close.
If
this was a 27-round competition, we'd win 26 of them, 27 of them. Well, not 27, obviously. We'd win more than 25.
Let's say, do you reckon 25?
Yeah.
I also want to, again, shout out the great Josh Papali'i, who's had a phenomenal career, great servant to the game. No one was happier for Josh except maybe Ricky Stewart the other day. But no one was happier than you and I.
Well, it probably goes, in terms of happiness, it'd go Ricky, then Josh, then Josh's family, then us.
Then us.
Then everyone else.
We would be probably on par with this
It's going
family.
to be like his wife and kids and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'd still probably put us around there. But
Well, we're basically family.
again, what I'm saying is...
What are you saying?
Isn't he on the bench for the Raiders? Doesn't he come off the pine for the fucking Raiders? Maybe not. Maybe that's me not paying rugby league attention. Would that shock anyone? But I'm just sort of like, this feels, and listen, it still terrifies me because Queensland do this. They play on emotion. They bring someone back in and it's like, oh, you're getting me with emotion now, with storyline, with narrative. But it doesn't.
I thought he retired from rep footy in 2022.
He did. That's what this is, because he's going to go to England next year. This is the last hurrah. Bring Alfie Langer back.
But he's retired from rep footy.
But they've brought him back. This is a Josh Langer-Leahy.
Is this so he's got on the blower being like, Josh, we need you.
It seems like it.
There will be Thursday, so next Wednesday night, circa 10 p.m, we will know for sure whether this was madness or one of these weird, dinky Queensland plays that comes off.
If Queensland win this series, and I don't think they will, but if they do, I think it might be one of the most, I don't know if you'd say embarrassing losses, but one of the most disappointing losses in Origin history for New South Wales.
I think it will be the worst loss I've been a part of. And by part of, I mean...
A part of.
Obviously, because we've been in the camp and stuff.
I don't think they will, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not losing to a side. I'm not losing a series to a side with Liero and fucking Gemmet Shibasaki. And
But that's what... Can I be honest with you? I'm more worried.
Man.
I'm more worried now.
Same.
I'm more worried that Shibasaki's in the side and
so am I.
the aging bull who retired 4 years ago from rep footy, Josh Papali'i, who I respect the hell out of. I actually am frightened by those selections.
Is there a world
I'm like, what are you up to? What are you jimmying up?
Can you go? I think I saved it on our Instagram, but there's got to be some Billy Slater clips on like 9 Now on Fox League, something where they're just sort of getting a bit of Slater. Because I don't know. Just play the damn video.
Yeah, look, it's probably something that I've had in the back of my mind, for a couple of years now. In particular this year, the way that Big Papa's been playing for Canberra and, the performances he's been putting in, he's been doing a great job there. And, I thought that this team could benefit from a bit of Josh Papali'i, and, I was a little bit unsure of the response I'd get. I spoke to Papa a couple of days ago, and the response was pretty much where my head was at, which was fantastic. And it just shows you that he's still got that fire to play for this footy team. He's got that fire to represent the people of Queensland, and he's got that fire to go out and do a good job for his state. So I was pleased to hear that.
Can you just find if there's anything of him talking about Shibasaki? I wonder whether you can change. Like, could they be pulling a Taylor Swifty on us? And they go, we're picking Reece Walsh at 8th man. And then as he gets the game, they go, switch, Reece is playing.
Of course they could.
They could.
Of course they could be pulling a Taylor, but I don't think they are.
I reckon they are, dude.
I don't think so.
How do you leave Reece Walsh out of that side? The Broncos have won 3 straight since he's been back. He looked hot on the weekend.
Because I think they're like, Hammer's our fullback. Shibasaki do a job defensive incentive. This is just like the grunty, grindy, roll up your sleeves Queensland side, full of complete unknowns.
So this is what this is. Do you think this is just going to be one of those grindy? If
This is
Queensland were to
Ben
win it,
Eichen. This is no one knew Ben Eichen was in '95. They swept us. You know what I mean? This is name tags. They love name tag footy. We're not doing the pomp and pageantry and flash. You can bin all that shit. This is grind stuff, and they're bringing back one of the biggest grinders of all time, Josh Papali'i. Big tough grinder. That's what I think this is. I don't see a Taylor at all.
oh God, I don't know. It's Etch. It is Etch.
It's Etch. It's 100% Etch. And now you got me wigging. And I'm wigging. And you know the only reason I'm wigging, Tom? The only reason? Because our boys were like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's play shocking
The
footy.
problem is game 2 we we smelt our own farts too much, so I am nervous. Are we pressing play here?
Is Brian Tuttle getting cleared?
Yeah.
Yep.
Him and Luai have been cleared.
Okay,
Right.
thank Christ.
8 or 9 months ago, we thought his career was just done when he took up a training trial. Now be in this position, what can you tell us about his call up and his story of perseverance?
Yeah, look, I've always spoken about this footy team and the individuals in this team. Give our people inspiration and they inspire our state. Gammet's story is an inspiration. Only 6 months ago, he was on a training trial contract
this is
at
the
the
stuff
Broncos,
he's dining out on.
playing
This is
Queensland
it,
Cup
mate.
up in Townsville.
This is inspirational. This is just a Queensland.
This is a fire flood selection.
1,000%.
Of his game over the last 6 months has been
Who's going to fill the most
exceptional.
sandbags?
And, I told him last night, you need 2 things to play for Queensland.
picked
The first
sandbaggers.
one is you need to be capable. You need to have the habits in your game that are at the standard of this footy team. And the second one, you need the opportunity to be put in front of you. And those 2 things presented itself over the weekend. And Gammet Shibasaki is going to play his first game for Queensland. It'll be a dream come true for the young lad from Townsville. And I'm looking forward to getting him into camp and spending some time with him and helping him build his week to a performance next Wednesday night.
When did his performances first sort of come across your desk?
Yeah. Well, I'm across, all our Queensland players throughout the whole year. But probably halfway through, the first half of the year, so maybe around 6 or 7, he's playing some really consistent football. A great defender. He's got great principles in his game.
This is a principle selection, dude. This is what Billy's doing. This is what,
he's doing a great job
principles,
with the footy as well, so.
it's values, it's sandbags.
It's sandbags.
It's like, do you need a cup of flour? Come
It's
over to my place. I've got a spare shovel. Yep. Let me help you dig out the mud from your basement. We've had a flood.
He's basically, this is what he's doing, Billy Slater, in my opinion, for what it's worth, is he's running scenarios in his head. Okay, what if Townsville has flooded? Who's rocking up with a gurney, with boots and an attitude and a willingness? Yeah. with clobber on, Tom, and a couple of changes of clobber.
Yeah.
Who's going to work for the longest and for the hardest, and who's going to fill the most bags? And he's looking at blokes. He goes, Gemmett, a bloke who's wandered through the NRL essentially, trying to find a home.
Oh, he's
amongst the gum trees.
Well, he's a and all the plum trees, mate. He's a rugby league nomad.
He's a nomad.
He's gone. He's had a bindle on his back.
He's been bindled.
Or a dilly bag, whatever the fuck they're called.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just traversed
Whatever Blinky Bill had.
He had one of those. And he's just traversed the rugby league wilderness, the universe.
Looking for a home.
Looking for a home, but doing a job wherever he goes, and then getting fucked off and going, it's all right, pack up me bindle.
It's okay. I've still got me damper. Right.
I got the boots
still
on
got
my
the stars,
feet,
and I still got the boots on my feet.
and I got whatever's in me bag.
Well, the stars will always be me guide.
The stars will guide me. The boots will bloody protect me feet.
Yeah, and that damper will get me going.
That damper get me going. That bindle's all I need, mate. And I'm just gonna walk back up the fucking highway.
Nothing can stop me, mate.
Stopping at Newey, maybe. Oh no, you don't want me. All right, I'll piss off then. Up to North Queensland. Oh yeah, right. Oh,
Just an unassuming lad he's got his ticket and everything. You know what I mean? Oh, we need someone to drive this Minotaur. Yeah, I can do it.
oh yeah, I can do it.
Forklift, I can do it.
Oh, I've got my 18-wheeler. I've got my truck.
Well, you
driver's
heavy
license.
rigid.
Got my heavy rigid, mate. Of course I do.
Yeah,
of course I do. Just had my eyes tested.
Yes. 2020 side.
No, mate, I'm good.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm well kept.
Yes.
My goatee is impeccable.
Well, appearance was drilled into him from a young age. Look good, feel good, play good.
But it's also it's not the be all and end all looks for Gemmett, and he knows that. But what it is I'm going to hold myself to a certain standard. I'm not trying to be at the Met Gala getting sucked off by Anna Wintour. All I'm doing is I'm going to look clean. I'm going to look neat. I'm going to look presentable.
I'm going to look in control.
Yeah.
It's the facial hair has always been the rugby league player's bed. Make your bed.
Yeah.
Keep your face.
Yeah.
They're in the same world.
You and I unmade beds.
He's gone out there and picked blokes that would say no to Bezos' wedding.
Sorry, I'm not going to that absolute monstrosity that is Jeff Bezos' wedding. No, what I'm going to do is me and my bindle are going to head down to the gym, and I'm going to cook up some damper outside the gym on me bloody Trangia, and then I'm going to go in there, I'm going to lift weights.
Yep.
Maybe get some cardio in.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go look for old women to help.
Help.
I said help.
No, I know.
Like cross the road.
Yeah.
Not
And
do
then I'm gonna go
sexual
do
stuff with
extras.
you deviants.
Then I'm going to go do extras.
Yeah. And then I'm going to answer the phone when Billy calls because I'm going to go do a job for my state. These selections terrify me.
Yep.
Terrify me. And again, you need to understand that, 7 days ago or longer, I wasn't scared of selections like these because I thought naively that our boys would be able to play 20% of their potential. Instead, they went out there and played at about 3%.
Well,
almost pulled off the greatest comeback of all time, but we forgot how to kick. And now we're going to the side where I need to start getting nervous about blokes called Gemmett who come into the side, bindled up and ready to play like rugby league. I'm scared.
The New South Wales team, at its best, is a team full of 12-inch porn stars.
Yeah, that can go all day.
That can go all day.
And can shoot on demand.
And that are on camera and that can blow load when they need to, but can also stay firm and true and hard, or can get hard again at a moment's notice. They're all big. They're all really cut to shit. They're all statuesque. And they all can fuck on camera.
I'm going to need another close-up of that anal scene. Can you go again?
Can you go again?
Yes.
I'm already hard.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
Great. Boogie Nights stuff.
Huh?
Boogie Nights.
Correct. I'm a fucking superstar, whatever he says in the mirror. But what happened was a collective impotence on one night where no one could get hard. And then we found a way. We remembered how to get hard again in the second half, but it was too late. It was too little too late.
It was too late. Ship had sailed.
Yeah.
As it can.
As it can and as it does. So whilst Queensland seemed to have a bunch of transient bindle toting damper eaters. Transient bindle toting damper eaters. We have got a side. We've got 17, 12 inches.
Yeah. And some bigger.
Some bigger, minimum 12. You have to have 12.
Well, you got to have
inside.
12 or you can fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like they only run the Eddie Aikau in 20 foot plus.
Correct. You
They
only get
pick
when you-
12 inches or more.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't tell me Payne Haas doesn't have 17 or 18 of the best.
Well, that's why they measure. Well, you have to flop on when you get to camp. Otherwise
well, no,
it's,
like they can check whenever. You know?
Yeah, well, listen, they already know as if they don't have it on file. But
No, but I'm just saying, if you're trying to blood the thing up to get in, you're sadly mistaken.
no, sorry,
So
we're
it
going to need to
works.
see this thing soft, maybe even straight after an ice bath. But that side works if you fuck on camera. And Wednesday night is the big shoot.
Yeah. No, not just the big shoot. The big shoot.
The final
Everyone's
scene.
watching. Everyone's flying in from
Yeah.
across the globe
Yeah, we got
to watch
the-
this big scene.
Yeah, and you've got you know who your scenes with? Transient bindle toting damper eaters, and you need to fuck them
Yeah. On demand.
on demand.
Because this is a big production, no expense spared. Obviously, the revenue that this show can generate is biblical.
Yeah, you're getting paid well.
You're going to get paid well, but we're going to need 4 or 5 different nut shots.
We're gonna. Well,
Are you capable?
Yeah.
Are you up to it?
Are you up to it, or are you all talk?
Yeah. Or you all talk. Also, you got to plow amongst each other.
Oh,
This
listen,
is an orgy.
No, this is this is the great rugby league orgy.
This is the orgy.
You need to be be comfortable around your boys.
If your penis can't handle looking over and seeing your mate pile driving someone, giving a face that's
well, then you're not cut out for
what we're asking.
the bright lights.
Yeah. Well, these lights.
These ones. There's a job to do, and I don't. And listen, I am slightly concerned by Queensland selections, but then there's a world where if we get to fucking under the bright light, that's New South Wales, and we beat them to death, that I'll sort of sit back and reflect and go, yeah, right, that was, of course,
But
that's what happened.
the problem is, Tom, here's the problem, as I see it, is that we have had impotence problems in the past.
Yep.
Game 2 wasn't the first time we've failed to get hard.
No, I know.
We've
what
gone
was-
soft before.
That's what was triggering, I think, is that I've seen these soft penises before.
We have erection issues in
Yeah.
New South Wales as
Yeah.
a rugby league team.
Yeah, as a state.
You know, Tommy Tobler, the first to,
Listen, old boner pill over there, he might be
our team's can get a bad case of the Tommy Toblers.
Yes. Correct.
Got to have that pill at half time, boys.
Nah,
Or
see this
before the
thing.
game.
No,
You can lose. You saw from last Wednesday, or the Wednesday before, you can lose a game even if you have a pill at half time.
because you got to, well, but also like sometimes you can be too erect. You need to be in control of your erection. You can't have your erection control you, and I think that's what's really important to note as well. And we're not anti-boner pills here at Hello Sport. If you need them, take them. Go for your rugby league life. Clearly, Tobler loves them. But in an origin sense, you need to be in control of your erection. You can't have a boner you have no control over. That's just there. You know what I mean? You need to be able to bring it up, bring it down. You need to be able to like
Use it to to
like
your
you're
advantage.
like you're a conductor.
Yep,
Like you're a wizard with a wand.
that's right.
Anyway, great teams.
Like that Bernstein guy, but with your penis.
Bernstein, was that Bradley Cooper's film?
It was the most famous of conductors.
Yeah, was that the Bradley Cooper one? Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I didn't. Try less to get an Oscar, Bradley Cooper. Relax.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I
I've studied-
practiced for 6 years. Sure, it's not that hard.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, done.
Done. Oscar.
Done.
Come on, calm down.
Like conducting. Sorry,
Dude.
conducting's the
Oi.
most overhyped crap of all time.
Drive by on conductors here.
If conducting was so important, why have you got music sheets in front of you?
Yeah. Hey, guess what, conductors? We can all do it. Hey, you do it there. Now you do it there. Now you. And then you've got the audacity to bow at the end of the thing. You haven't played a fucking note.
You haven't played a note.
Calm down.
Calm your rugby league farm.
Anyway, that was a drive-by on conductors, but it had to be said.
Well, because they're all talking shit.
They are. They're all lip. They're all fucking lip. That's State of Origin, unless you got anything else, because there's some more rugby league stuff we got to get to, buddy.
What did you guys think of the 4 young training stars that Daly brought into camp? He brought in like Teague Wilton, Jack Williams, Brian Kelly, and Isaiah Katoa.
Katoa coming in is good. The other ones I just don't, whatever.
Say that again.
So Daly's brought in like in the extended squad just for like experience and to run opposition at training. He's brought in Katoa, Brian Kelly, Jack Williams, and Teague Wilton.
Who's got buys this week?
Let me have a look.
Teague Wilton. Yeah.
Who are the buys? Who's got buys?
Yeah, Para do, Penrith do, the Dolphins do, and Sharks.
So
All
Sharks
four
do.
of them.
That's Teague. Titans
Yeah.
obviously don't.
It's Brian.
Brian Kelly, but they don't
No,
have.
Titans do.
Okay, there you go.
So they've all got buys.
All got buys. The only one that I think actually like is there because you need to have him in and around the setup is Isaiah Katoa, because that guy, that's house down.
That try set up on the weekend.
Yeah.
I assume we've all seen it.
It's must-watch TV, that guy. Can
He's
we get it up?
insane.
See if it's up anywhere, because I want to refresh my memes.
Straight through the line, just like
Back inside,
he's
like looking at- yeah,
and
yeah,
he's just
yeah, yeah.
everywhere. He's just
everywhere.
throwing them, and he's looking, and he's drawing, and he's passing. It's just glorious.
He's electric, dude.
Oh my god,
He's electric.
He's box office time.
Yeah.
box office.
Box office. And
I'm
you
talking
know,
old school box office too, not this like post-COVID box office where it's all limp dick results. I'm talking big boy stuff.
Oh, you saying pre-COVID box?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, babe.
Yeah. Pre-Netflix box.
Back when a box was a box.
Oh, back pre-streaming wars box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When everyone had nipped down to that box.
Oh, give me a 2 ticket, please. Back when a ticket wasn't $88. That sort of box. Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
I want to see Katoa's try, but it doesn't matter if we don't
I'm just
get
trying to find it.
I think it was on
But he, in the squad,
the
there,
NRL. It was on the NRL Instagram.
he being in the squad is important because he's very, very good.
Well, he's an excellent rugby league player, and he's an excellent halfback, and we just need people like that around the setup.
Yeah, we just need to work out what happens from here with that. If he keeps going on his trajectory, how does that fit in with everything? Because you got Mitchell. Now we've got to, again, we've gone from the dark years where our halves were just like non-existent, essentially, to now having multiple weapons in the duffel bag in the halves, and now I don't know what to do.
Well, there's an opportunity next Wednesday for Nathan Cleary to win a series.
Yep.
And if he doesn't, the drums of war will grow.
Oh, they'll beat. They'll
beat,
beat.
bro.
They'll beat.
If he has a soft, flaccid game and we lose, oh my god, look out.
Well, listen, if that happens, and we're Nath guys, but that throws into question any immortality chat and goat chat and all that.
Mate, the drums of war will start to beat. Like they just will.
Now,
Make your peace with it. This. Like, what are we? Doing all of this in real time would just be fucking insane.
Oh, bro.
And finds hammer at the end.
See, now, hey, anyone from the NRL, if you're listening, when you put up these highlights on Instagram, you also do this on your website, and it annoys the fuck out of me. When you make the highlights on your website, when you put these things up, put in the replay in the slow-mo so I can enjoy the try, and then I can also enjoy the slow-mo breakdown of Katoa going to the line and dummying like 12 different directions.
Yeah,
Like,
you've shown one replay from one angle.
But it's fast. They do it with their highlights as well. You get home after a night out and you want to go and watch the highlights of your team, they just do highlight. They never show you the replay, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on here?
But then on top of that, sometimes they show replays of like shit tries.
But as in the slow-mo replay?
Yeah, sometimes they'll show a second replay of just like an intercept or something of a guy
Show
running the
slow-mo
field.
replays of every single try.
Yeah.
Just do that as like a cross-the-board rule. And when you're putting them up on Instagram, include the replay, please, for the love of God. Hell of a try, though.
Insane. Absolutely insane. So delicious to watch.
Like the defenders around there, just watch it again. The defenders around there, they're like bamboozled, dude. They're like tripping over themselves.
Everyone's tripping over.
Look at him here. Oh my God.
Special. Hey, diddle. Cat and the Fiddle. Eddie hit a unit scooper on the weekend.
Yeah. With Neds.
What do you mean, lad?
Well, go check his profile. On the
Of course
Neds
it with
app.
Neds.
You can see.
Lit up in green, baby.
Yep, it was good of you, dude. You did well. And Neds is the place where you did it.
Of course it is. What? You need to get it through your thick skulls, punters and dribblers. Neds is the place to be. Can I be honest with you? I'm probably the only person in Australia who's up on rugby league this season.
I tend to agree.
So the only place you can follow my bets is on Neds. So you're going to be with Neds to follow me,
Yep.
the greatest in all the land.
Don't follow me. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Now, whilst we're still on Origin, by the way, I don't know whether you read the paper on the weekend. I'm assuming you didn't. But Philip Buzz Rothfield, has spoken about, he's written an article, Blocker Roach has emerged, put his name forward, basically come out and been like, I want to broker peace between Aaron Woods and Ryan Hoffman. They're two former teammates. They're New South Wales Blues. We can't have this. This is bad. And much like Trump's brokering peace or doing his best in the Middle East to broker peace, if you take him at his word.
Well, people are calling for him to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
And I don't know whether, his blocker.
If Blocker can get this done, including Billy, then Blocker gets it.
Blocker gets a Nobel Peace Prize.
Sorry, Iran and Israel, sit down.
Sit down. Back off. Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo.
Sit down. Bigger fish to fry here.
We've got Ryan Hoffman and we've got Aaron Woods, two former teammates in the Origin arena going head-to-head.
Head-to-head. One on ABC Insiders, one on Triple M.
Yeah. Now, I'll just give you a bit of insight into what Blocker's said.
He's the man for the job.
Blocker's the man for the job. If anyone can do it, it's Blocker. We're about to go into an Origin Series decider, and Queensland would love the fact that we've got our blokes turning on each other. It's ridiculous. Bloody ridiculous. Roach has called on Hoffman to apologise to Woods. So it's kind of brokering peace, but he's identifying where he thinks the mistake has been made. Calling someone a coward, especially an old teammate, is the lowest of lows. I think Ryan should come out and apologise. I like the guy.
Well, I think you and I identified that.
Well, we did.
That coward trumps grub.
Coward trumps grub. I like the guy, but he's out of order. I can understand him sticking up for Billy because of their time together at the Melbourne Storm, but using the coward word, it's not on.
The coward word? The C word.
The C word.
You don't say the word and then say word after it.
No, you don't. I might have misread it. Yeah. Aaron Woods, and then Hoffman called Aaron Woods a coward for standing behind a microphone, throwing the grubber mark. I'm just trying to... So this is what Hoffman said, sorry. Aaron Woods was a coward for standing behind the microphone and throwing that grub remark out there. If Woodsy wants to make a name for himself in the media by making idiotic comments, it's going to be a sad media career. Roach has come out and said that he wants the opportunity to broker peace.
Does he explain how? Does Blocker have him over for, his infamous butter chicken?
Right, does Blocker cook for him? Does he put on a roast?
Does he put on a roast?
Blocker roast.
Blocker roast.
Maybe. Or is this a bit more old school bonding? We go to the pub and we get absolutely fucking poleaxed. I think that's potentially a little bit more old school, a little bit more in Blocker's wheelhouse. Blocker goes, this is nonsense. Think of the people that have worn our jersey. The Blues jumper is worth more than any of this rubbish. I want to be the peacemaker. It's really important for all ex-players. We've got an Origin decider coming up, and the old boys have got to be united for this cause.
So, Blocker takes them down to the pub, pours rum down their gobs.
Yeah.
Maybe not rum, because you can throw down rum. It could go both ways.
Well, yeah, but maybe they need a stink.
Sometimes you just do need a stink.
Sometimes you need a stink. You and I have stinked it out before.
We have a couple of times.
And you have a laugh.
We had a laugh afterwards.
Yeah. But a couple of times in Bathurst, we had a couple of, push each other into a fire.
Well, mate, a litre of the OP.
Yeah, exactly. That'll get you going.
Litre of OP, shit, yeah. Got us going all right.
Yeah.
By a fire, famously.
That's what famously. over a backyard fire.
Famously.
Before
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Get Blocker, and Blocker can mediate so it doesn't get too out of hand. He's obviously a big boy that can pull bodies apart.
Yeah, but he'd also need to be shit-faced himself.
Of course
like,
he would be.
He's like a shaman here. Like he needs to journey them through the process of getting absolutely obliterated on rum.
Yeah.
But he needs to guide them.
Like an ayahuasca shaman.
Like an ayahuasca shaman, exactly.
Yeah, it's a rum shaman. Blocker the rum shaman.
The rum shaman. I'm gonna journey you through this.
Yeah.
Descent into aggressive madness.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna bring you out.
But that's where
Forgiveness is found at the end of a fist.
Forgiveness is found at the end of a fist. Yeah.
Yeah, with a gut full of OP.
Yep. Forgiveness is found at the bottom of a bottle.
Yes. Now I've got some further developments here because Hoffman has come out.
Has he?
No, he's not gay.
Right.
And as far as I'm aware.
Right.
He's come out and he's spoken off the back of the blowback from his initial comments about Aaron Woods, which some would say were a little punchy. My comments weren't about Aaron Woods as a person. All my comments...
You call him a coward.
All my comments were about was what was said. I think what he said and how he called out Bill just for the sake of name calling is systematic. He probably meant systemic. Of the dreadful media that we get around Origin time that turns between name calling either side of the border. Fuck, that's a weird sentence to read. I don't like what the media has become in rugby league. It has become a he said, she said sort of thing. I think we deserve better. This wasn't about New South Wales versus Queensland. This was about juvenile name calling. The irony here, though, Hoff, is that you have become a part of the thing that you so despise. You've poured gasoline on it, rum on it. You've kicked this story along more than anyone else. And how do you call someone a coward and then go, I wasn't calling him a coward?
Besides the two people involved, namely Aaron Woods and Billy Slater, the only person that's poured OP on this thing, rum, is Brian Hoffman.
Yeah.
When he came out and called him a coward. Aaron was calling Billy a grub rather in the context of rugby league. He's come out and called him a coward as a person.
But then he's come out and said, I'm not talking about you as a coward as a person. You can't call... What were you calling him? Who were you calling a coward then?
You don't like the he said, she said
bullshit.
It's probably not where I'd use that phraseology, but whatever. You don't like the name calling, but you led with a name call.
It's a great point. The he said, she said. It's probably not.
That's not what that means.
No,
that's in relation to who's to blame, or who did it, or who done it.
It's also we're talking about just men everywhere. There's not a she involved in this thing.
No, there's not. But the name calling thing I find quite interesting because that's what you've led with.
But you called him a coward.
Yeah. Which is worse than calling someone a grub on the field who got suspended and, rules changed for him.
Yeah, exactly. Significantly worse. I think that
Ryan... press bloke.
Ryan... I don't know if this is doubling down or not, but we need to try and get Blocker Roach to broker peace.
Can we call Blocker? We got Blocker's number?
I don't think we do have Blocker's number.
Can we make a booking somewhere for 3?
Well, it needs to be somewhere padded, right? Like, does it need to be somewhere where, like...
No, you just need that soft fall out the front.
Okay, because this thing will spill out onto the streets.
Of course it will.
So we need to have that rubber matting around it. A couple of secchies.
Yeah.
Blocker, though, like, the secchies stay the fuck out of it. Much like ice hockey fights. Only when they go to the ground is when Blocker gets in.
I'm happy to pay for a couple of bricks, and security... And like and a private room and lodging if that's what we're needed for.
Yes.
Cash.
Yeah.
Happy to provide it because this is for the betterment of the state here right now. We need to understand, and Blocker has pointed this out, that if we're fighting amongst each other, what hope have we got? If you've got greats of the state turning on each other.
You almost want to get a quote from Woodsy. How do you feel about the idea of Blocker Roach brokering peace between you and Hoffman? Have we got him on Instagram? Should we just DM them both? I've never spoken.
We've got Woodsy on the Instagram.
Do we
He's a
have
friend.
Ryan Hoffman? I know we got Woodsy. I'm just like, Ryan
Why don't you put him in a group?
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Put him in a group and go, how do we feel about Blocker brokering piece? If there's anywhere you'd like to go, let us know and we'll book it for you.
Ryan Hoffman doesn't follow us, but he does follow Good Day, funnily enough. So
Does
whatever.
he?
Yep.
Right, okay.
He does follow Woodsy, though. So, okay. So I'm getting in here. New group.
I think this has been over sensationalized as well. Like we can get back to purity here, I think.
This is so dumb. Aaron Woods. And does Block have an Instagram?
Surely not. Or he might now. New age media man. How you looking, Tobley?
Steve Blocker Roach. Is this I can't tell if that's real or not.
I think it is.
Is it? I don't know if I trust Tobler. No disrespect. Can you check on your phone?
He's put up a post, so lucky to work with a great team at Fox. Other photos of
Oh, well, that sounds pretty
That does
legit.
sound good.
him with friends and family. Ice bath work.
He's followed by Braithen Nasta.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put the...
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah.
That's Blocker.
Should I put the picture of the article in there and be like, come on, boys. Can we get Blocker to sort this out? Can we can Blocker broke a piece?
Is Blocker? Are you putting Blocker in the group chat?
Yeah.
So are we more just asking like, oh, you're saying they might not have read it?
Yeah, I don't know. We're calling for peace. For the good of the state.
What if you go real sincere? Just go like you put that in there and go, hey boys, not sure if you saw this, but like Blocker's looking to break a piece. Let us know if we can help in any way.
Hey, boys. Blocker is keen to broke a piece. A peace deal.
You could put a screenshot of the article because Blocker literally says, I want to be the peacemaker.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help. New South Wales 13 plus.
Yeah, no, like something about like the time for unity or some shit.
Yeah, time for you. The state needs it.
So like the state needs it's all hands on deck for the state.
It's time for peace. Quick shout to Sam Carter, officially retired from rugby union. Well done, mate.
We doing another one?
No, well, the Force got flogged by the
Oh,
fucking-
right,
He got
yeah.
to play his final game. That's all. I just want a quick shout out. That's all. Nothing. Don't need to get all emotional again like I didn't.
No, I was wigging out in my own mind, being like, I swear we've done this.
No, we have. Kyle Flanagan saga. Leave Kyle alone was the back page of the Telegraph yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Leave Kyle alone?
Yeah.
They got to win.
They got to win.
And he scored a try.
And he scored a try.
Well, that'll silence the doubters.
Well, I don't think so. There's like social media people who are like shitting on him from a great height.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. And Cookie came out and was like, shut the fuck up. Which I thought was nice from Cookie.
Did he?
Well, basically, it's just like, what do you...
Well, he's defending his teammates.
Well, because there's nothing wrong with shit. No, there's nothing wrong with saying a player's shit, right? Like, or not going well. But there's also a difference between that and...
There's a line, mate.
Well, there's even a line. I mean, there is a line.
There's a line.
There's definitely a line. Ryan Hoffman taught us that. But there's like, oh, he's not playing well, the team's shit, why are we picking him again? And then there's like screaming insults and calling him fucking like a woman and abusing coach and father, you know.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much. And listen, it's being done by people with not like massive followings or anything. They're just like angry fucking people screaming.
Well, angry fans.
Angry fans. One of whom I think is a friend of Hectic Fred's. So listen, if you're a friend of Fred's, you're a friend, you know, Fred's a friend.
Yeah.
But like, when you see the videos...
Of course he's a friend.
Well, Fred's a friend, of course, but this is someone who's like, but when you see the videos of this guy, you're like, if you can't see how this is getting taken down from Instagram, or if you can't see how this is like more harassment than it is like just a fan's voice, you're like, I just think you're lacking a bit of self-awareness.
You're allowed one or two.
You're allowed emotional.
Blow-ups.
Well, but like you can be blowing up. You can be like, what the fuck's our team doing? But like, if you can't see the difference between what it is that you're doing and what it is that's like a reasonable critique of, then you lack the self-awareness. If you're trying to be like a social media guy, like you lack the self-awareness, I think, of that required to be able to do it, because it's like you can't go as hard as you do.
And was the article in the back of the paper referencing this?
It was referencing Cook, referencing it, basically.
So Cook saying leave Kyle.
Well, he's saying there's a difference between.
But that's what the article was saying.
Yeah. Now, you would argue that having leave Kyle alone as the back page of the paper probably doesn't help Kyle's cause, because it looks a bit leave Brittany alone, you know? It's giving leave Brittany alone.
It's giving leave Brittany alone. That's right. I suppose the difference here is that Brittany wasn't coming across great and still doesn't in those years.
Well, listen, I don't think the whole Kyle situation's been coming across great either, because Shane's been coming out and been like, he's fucking killing it, basically.
So you think it's giving Brittany?
Well, it's not giving. It's giving. The back page is giving leave Brittany alone. Kyle not giving Brittany, because Kyle's not going.
That
off the rails.
leave Brittany alone video must be super old though.
That's V1 internet.
Yeah, it's version 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in every great YouTube compilation ever put together.
South Park paid it out.
Yes, they did.
You know?
Yes, they did.
07.
07.
Yeah.
Well, mate, YouTube was like 06, I think.
Yeah. It was early.
No. What was Brittany doing wrong back then?
She wasn't doing anything wrong. The media was hounding her. It was when she was like shaving her head and going.
Was that back then?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
No.
Definitely not sure. But it would suck to be, because then so this dude's Instagram's been taken down. The NRL's investigating it. He's like, why the fuck's my Instagram get taken down? I'm like, Instagram have like rules and shit, dude. It's freedom of speech. Not really. They're a private company. They can take you down for whatever they want.
Well, they do, often.
You can say whatever you want. That's fine. You have the freedom to say whatever you want.
But there are consequences.
There are consequences to that. That's all it is. And if Instagram,
like if you went and lipped up to some bloke and he knocked you out,
freedom of speech,
you're allowed to say what you want because you've said it.
Freedom of consequence.
But you got knocked out.
Yeah, you got knocked out. And I also imagine that this gentleman probably wouldn't be as fucking lippy around the people. That's also the thing. It's like a bit of that, like, it's a bit of that, like, you DM a player after he doesn't score a try and you fuck my multi sort of thing. But he's filming himself doing it. But it's just like,
would you say it to his face?
Would you say it to his face?
Probably not.
I would imagine not.
So where to now for Kyle?
Well, listen, the Dragons are probably going to continue to be bad. They've also got rid of Jack DeBellin, who has been in tears all week, apparently, about it.
JDB.
Dude, that's what he said. He's going to the Eels now, JDB.
2-year deal.
1 year, and then I think maybe one in the club's favour.
Listen, I haven't been watching Dragons games with a fine-tooth comb. However, Kempy, friend of the show, heard of him. Number 8 on the readers list of 50 most influential personalities in Rugby League.
The media give him 50th most influential, but the people who actually like give a fuck, who vote, like the human beings, are like number 8.
So Kempy got number 8. So we're going to go with what the readers think, not what the editors think, because putting him 50th in terms of influential people in rugby league media, or rugby league generally, is insane. DeBellin, I've been so emotional. I've been on the brink of tears for the past week. It's bittersweet. All good things come to an end at some point. I was very surprised to be told the club doesn't want you. It's a bit of a slap in the face. At the end of the day, it's a business. I'm a big boy. I'll get on with it. So Kempy, the 8th, was saying, last week on the DMP that he reckons DeBellin's been insanely good this year. I don't think he used the words insanely good, but he's been really, really good. So for them to get rid of their best player, Sam's one of their best players.
Well,
that's pretty Dragons, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He would have become their most capped ever player next year if they'd kept him for one more season.
This is St. George Dragons, like St. George Illawarra?
I guess so.
Not St. George Dragons.
Well, you might be.
They're a new club now.
Yeah, I know, but
They're
maybe it's most across both. I don't know, but
although they're 25 years are getting on.
But like he didn't see it coming, so he was blindsided. And I don't think the players the clubs, the fans are happy about that either. I don't think. I'm not 100% sure.
The only surviving Dragons player from Wayne Bennett's stint at the club. That's so random.
I know. That means just nothing.
So, but he didn't win the comp with them.
No.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
He was coached by Wayne back in the late
2012 or something.
Yeah, early 2010s. Yeah, I mean, whatever. But like, he's been walking around basically in tears all week. That's not great. And he said, he's like, it's a slap in the face. So he's not happy.
And he's been, again, according to the 8th, one of their best players. Very Dragons. Very, very Dragons.
Selling Cobbo to the fish.
Yep.
On 500, like I said on the DMP, for a year. What do you think of that? Not me nailing it, just Cobbo to the fish.
Is that what you want me to talk about that? About you nailing it?
Nah.
Because you dropped it in there, so you seem pretty proud.
Well, no, it was a good point.
You seem pretty proud of yourself.
Well, I said it was just an obvious point. The Dragons offering him $300,000 is the most, and then pretending like they still wanted him is the most disrespectful bullshit. It's like, well, but he's not playing. It's like you're not paying him on potential. He's played fucking State of Origin. He might be going through it and like going through some stuff and not holding up his end of the bargain, but it's not potential. Because he's played State of Origin. And he's fucking dominated.
There are... Would I spend $500,000 on selling Cobbo? Mate, again, because we are told nothing really as fans, and not that we should have, by the way, but in a situation like this, where Billy Slater's like, I'd never pick him again, where he's been binned by the Broncos, seemingly there's something going on attitude-wise or off the field, even on it to a degree, but... So you can go, yeah, he's played State of Origin and he's got it in him, but I'm like, does he have it in him now? Because everyone's moving him on. So it's a lot of coin.
I think what was interesting as well was that the Broncos were keeping it all pretty quiet. Like, oh, look, we still want him, even though we're lowballing him. $300,000, dude, is like, find me who would be on $300,000 in the NRL. I'd be interested to know and be like, is Selwyn worth $300,000? But
most people will be on 300. The average is 300, I think.
Right. So like people, the relative nobodies. Selwyn is tier one in the scheme of the entire rugby league roster. He's tier one fucking talent.
How many tiers are there?
Don't know. Good question. We should work that out.
Because if there's 10 tiers, he's not tier one. No way.
Fair.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Fair.
There's 2 tiers. Yeah, he is.
Let's say that he is in the top 1% of rugby league talent in the competition.
How many players are there?
600?
Top 60? No. 1% is top 6. No, he's not He's not in the top 6.
1% is top 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not that. What do you reckon he would be then?
Would he be top 60? Probably not.
Maybe. Maybe not
Top
right
20.
this second.
Top 20%. Top 20.
Let's say top 20%.
Yep.
$300,000 too much. Or not enough.
So, Josh King's on 350, Leo Thompson's on 350, Tyron Wishot's on 350, Corey Pakes is on 320, Jacob Host on 300.
Jacob Host. No disrespect to Jacob Host.
Brent Naden's on $300,000.
Okay, do you know what I'm saying here? Like, let's just don't. I think more the point I'm trying to make here is if you're the Broncos and you're like, we really want to keep him, but you're offering,
Pensini's on 400.
you're offering
Twil's
him
on 400.
$300,000, like that's bullshit. It's not real. That is duplicitous.
But don't you think that's a go away?
Yeah, so then don't pretend like you fucking want him. Just be like, yeah, we don't want him. And then the second he signs with the fish, then you got Peter Bedell in the bloody Courier Mail, then releasing all of the anti-fucking Selwyn shit.
But is there also a thing where it's like, you have potential, you have been an Origin superstar, you're not at the moment, for whatever reason, no one seems to know, well, people do know, we don't.
Well, he's going through it.
Yeah. Is there an argument to be like, if we can get him for 300, he's worth having? Because there's still a heap of like downside, but if for 300, we're prepared to take it.
Of course they are going to... everyone would take Selwyn Cobbo at 300 grand. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, we'll pay 300. It's like if someone offers us... If someone like comes to you and I and asks us to do something that we really don't want to do, there's a number that you'll do it for.
Yes.
So they don't want Selwyn Cobbo, but they'll do it for they'll have him for fuck all. So it's just going, hey, yeah, well, I mean, like, we'll have you for fucking nothing.
And there's something wrong with that?
No, it's not that. I just don't think that it's. I don't think that it's when the prevailing sentiment within the media is they want him, but it's like you don't actually want him, and that's okay because he's obviously got some trouble, and it's like he's a bit of a ball ache, but you don't want him. And then now he's signed with the Fish. Then the articles start getting written about what was wrong with him.
This is back to what I was saying at the start of the episode. The right questions aren't being asked. There aren't people going, do you want him or not? Okay, elaborate. So you just want him for 350 because you're prepared, like he's worth it at that because there's no risk really. Is that what you want him at? It's like people don't ask those questions.
No, doesn't seem like it. I'm happy for Cobbo. I'm
500 at the Fish. The Fish are on the up, mate.
Dude, there's
Fish
still,
are on the up.
They're trying to get him for this year. I don't think that'll happen.
Why not?
Because the Broncos would be like, if we have someone go down, I think he might even be playing for the Broncos this week.
Yeah, I think
Potentially because Walsh got named as 18th man for Queensland.
Yeah.
Oh, fully.
So, like, if you're the Broncos and you're starting to turn a corner.
And he was
Yeah, but I
scratched
mean,
from
wouldn't you
yesterday.
say that on the, like, wouldn't you say the same thing of Talon to Silva? Like, what are we talking?
Well, that's what the good clubs do.
We've been shocked. We've been shocked before.
That's what the smart clubs do.
Well, the Broncos aren't a smart club. They won a spoon soon recently. So
They're smarter than the Tigers.
yeah, well, everyone's smarter than the Tigers.
Yeah. Tigers, like, if you were to talk about, like, IQ and shit, Tigers would be on the, like,
I bet you the Tigers were told that Coruscant wasn't playing. They still let him go.
They did.
As in, like,
He got fucking knocked out.
and then they were like, yeah, and then they made the decision, as opposed to have made the decision.
You
before
could
knocked
turn
out.
around and go, hey, we're not letting you go.
Can you?
Probably. He's on contract. Either way, Tigers low IQ.
I love the Tigers so much. Without the Tigers, where would we be? We'd have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we wouldn't have much. You would not have much, that's for damn sure. Did you get that video up?
Yeah.
So this tackle's
So
been...
congrats to Selwyn. I'm happy for
No,
him.
same. 500 for a year, and then maybe there's like another year for the club. But like, if he can, you want him to turn his life around. I think he's, like, for whatever reason, he's struggling. So, again, Ukraine, Gaza, it's just rugby league.
He needs a therapy.
He needs a therapy
He
session.
needs a therapy session with Seabold.
Yeah.
Sit down. You will die one day.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Oi, whatever you're going through,
Yep.
get over it.
Yep.
Ukraine, Russia, just start saying places.
Yep. Pakistan,
Pakistan,
North Korea,
Uganda,
Africa.
like the child soldiers.
Tiwi Islands.
Well, is there anything going on in the TV?
Don't know.
Well, no, you don't just name places that are fine. You've got to name places that are where shit's going on.
Oh, I'm sure someone in Tiwi Islands is having a bad day.
No, yeah, but you'd be telling them if you were talking to those people, you'd be going, "Hey, bro, Gaza." Yeah. So he could probably do a therapy session with Seabold. Maybe that's Seabold's future. He's talking. He doesn't want to coach anymore. He's just a rugby league therapist on the couch with Tony Siebes.
On the couch with Tony Siebes. You struggling, are you, mate?
You ever thought of Russia? Ever been in a bomb shelter? Metcalf looks like he's done his ACL. I don't know if that's officially confirmed.
He's getting scans today.
Fuck, this happened ages ago. When did this...
Tell you what's really annoying is when deep down in your rugby league plums you've felt like the rage couldn't be maintained by the Warriors, and then the moment you decide to go all in on them, show support, be one of the boys, you get spat back in your face.
This is unfortunate for them because even though, there's been the false economy chat.
Spat back in my face.
Yeah, but that's like the false economy chat is one thing. When it's injury related, that's not false economy related. Like they've lost Barnett, Martin Mitch from across the ditch because of ACLs.
Dutch.
Now it looks like Metcalf. But whoever hit him was put on report. Can we just have a look at this?
They weren't given a penalty either.
But was put on report? They were calling this a controversial tackle in the
Yeah,
newspaper.
it is. That is controversial this season.
But what
Heaps of tackles like that have been. If the ball's left your hand, you can't do it. It's basically where they've got
that's
to.
slow-mo. He's getting hit at the same time the ball's in his hand.
Mate, there was one.
Yeah, Pirikora was put on report for it.
There was
There was
nothing
one.
wrong
There
with
was
that
one
tackle.
we were talking about a couple of weeks ago that everyone was in a real tiz about.
I can't
And everyone
believe.
was coming out being like, you can't put any. You're not going to be able to put any pressure on kickers.
The
now.
Moses kick out one?
Can we see
Yes.
the comment? Can we see the comments? Cracking hit from Pirikora, but a shame is likely to cause it. I don't understand how Pirikora got put on report. Keep going. Yeah, okay, sweet. I'm just not sure how that's controversial. It doesn't seem controversial. He
No,
just
but-
fucking hit him.
But the NRLs. What are you arguing the controversial? Why is he put on report?
Yeah.
Because they'll say he got hit late.
Yeah, but that's a slow-mo shot. Like, it's not hit late in full speed. That's not hit late. He didn't get hit late
Mate,
at all.
they've been ruling this season, if the ball's left your hands, it's hit late.
That's not the rule.
That's what they've been doing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'd like to see it in full speed.
Protecting kickers, etc.
I get that, but that's I'd love to see it in
Well,
full
that's
speed.
where's it at?
Yeah, is that full speed up top? Oh, can you stop showing me fucking slow-mos?
Where's it at, Tobler, with Judish? Is he going tonight?
I'll have a look.
I guess if it's true and they didn't penalise him, putting him on report is just kind of like cover for themselves.
Avoids punishment.
Sweet. So sanity prevails.
Thank God for Good Day Daily Multivitamin Punters and Dribblers. I'll tell you something for free.
Tell me something.
I had a household with 3 sick children, a sick wife, and even my mother-in-law was sick. Everyone was sick. Now, you can hear my voice. I'm not great. Coughs and that. But thanks to Good Day, I've actually not dipped into the dark depths of sickness that you can get.
You've scratched it.
I was saying to my wife, she's like, "Oh, I was like, I'm Good Day sick. You are gonna get unwell, but it's like I still went out on Friday night. I still was able to do things.
So you're not even that. You're not. That's not unwell.
Do you know what I mean?
That's not unwell.
No, I just I'm
That is. I can
congested,
see.
got a
I can
cough.
see sickness over there.
Yeah.
I can see it, but I'm not hanging out with it.
I'm Good Day sick, and I got to be honest with you. Every single time something like this comes along, if I'm on the good days, it helps. It absolutely helps.
So boost that immunity, punters and dribblers. Your immunity needs a boost now more than ever as we hit these cold scat months. So bigwoodhealth.com.au, code dribblers for 10% off. Pair with subscription if you know how to use, your money effectively for 20% off.
We won the cricket.
Yes, we did.
Thank fuck.
Thank God.
No, not convincing at all, but we did win.
Well, it wasn't convincing, Tom. You and I were getting very high about a certain opener with a delicious body over in the Bahamas, letting his rugby league cricketing hair down and thirst trapping the nation. You and I, hands in the air, considered thirst trapped.
Oh, we were thirst
I
trapped,
sent
dude.
money.
Yeah.
I sent money.
I sent dick pics, dude.
I sent money to, Uganda or something.
Aaron Woods, yes, we're all good, brother. Nah, but we want to broker peace with you.
Never like. We're brokering peace though, right? You two need a rum.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just, he thinks we're serious. I've sent money
I've sent money.
to a Nigerian prince.
Well, you know what I've done? I've gone down to Woolies and I've got my little Apple iTunes gift cards and I've mailed them off. And then I've gone back out to the front of the store and picked up my phone again. I'm still on hold to who I think is Sam Constant.
Yes.
And now I'm just giving over gift card numbers.
Well, I'm being catfished. I'm masturbating into my camera on the internet thinking that we're doing that to each other.
Yes.
I'm pleasuring myself online. I realise now.
I'm now being filmed. And
I'm now
it's
being filmed
blackmailed.
and I'm being streamed
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a
And-
cam girl.
No, and I've gone to work and I've just found some yellow envelopes with tapes in it being like, you need to transfer all
You
your
need
money.
to wire me all your money.
Yeah, otherwise we're sending these to your grandma.
That's
Noted.
what happened. That's what's happened to us.
That's what's happened. Sam Constas, 3 or 14 seeds in the first dig. In the second dig, something similar.
5.
5. There we go. Something similar.
I tell you who else I feel like I've been catfished by. Cam Green.
Yeah. Cam Green. He doesn't look...
Like a 3.
Well, he doesn't look like a 3. Put it this way, he doesn't look like Ricky Ponting.
He doesn't look like Ricky Ponting, let's just say that, and he doesn't look like Steve Smith, who is
He doesn't
also
look like Don Bradman either.
doesn't remind me of Don. The problem that we've got
Steve Waugh, was he a 3 or was he lower?
He might have been 4. Gonna have to do your own research there. The Cam Green conundrum that we've got here, and it was in the paper on the weekend. Daniel Cherney or something, I think his name was. Shout out to Daniel.
The CGC.
Men's Women's Weekly.
Cam Green conundrum.
The Cam Green conundrum.
CGC.
Now, can I just point to you some interesting stats here? If we first look at when Cam Green was in the side, Ashes, then I think he got injured, and then Marsh comes in, Marsh hits a ton, Cam Green out for the fight. Or then they played together, next test, and we lost, I think, and then they fucking dropped Cam Green, ball back in a spinner, Marsh got the nod, and then Marsh won the bloody Allen Border medal. The rest is history.
Yeah,
Then Cam Green comes back. I think he batted at 4. Looked good. Got 100 in New Zealand. Then he fucking does some stressies in his back. He's out again. Who comes in? Slug from snug Bo Webster. And every single test Bo has been in since he's come in, big dick. Every single test Bo's played, he's been good. Now, this is just a little bit of a rap about Bo Webster to contextualise whether Cam Green's even in our best fucking 11. In less than 6 months since winning his baggy green, Webster 31 has played tests against 4 different opponents on 4 continents. He's taken wickets both seam up and with off spin, nabbed some classic catches and made 3 half centuries, all of which came after top order collapses. He's averaging 43.57 with the bat and 27.8 with the ball. The Tasmanian looks a cricketer in command of his game. In the first innings in Kensington Oval, it took the best ball of the match from Shamar Joseph to remove him. So, like, what even is Cam Green at the moment? Because he's not bowling.
What even is Cam Green at the moment?
Where does he go? He doesn't feel like a 3 to me. Doesn't feel like a 3. I liked that they persevered with him. Gave him another shot, but now I'm like, what are we doing? He doesn't look great.
Well, let's get fair income if we
can't drop Bo Webster.
No, if we're going to get fair income, like Dinky Die, Ashes, November, Perth, first test, I believe Constas needs to stop scamming me and get on with it.
Well, Constas needs to give me back my Instagram account. He's hacked us.
He needs to give me back my Instagram account and send me the video I was
promised. He's putting up photos of G-Wagons and like Isogenics on my Instagram. He's scamming people. It's crypto as well.
Yeah. So I need to tighten that up.
Yeah.
Usman will be there for the summer.
Yes.
We know this.
Usman, the old family dog that's doing good and is dependable.
Well, his hips have come good. His hips came good after his near-death experience a couple of years ago.
Yep.
He's great. Smudge needs to bat at 3. Why? Because the nation fucking needs it.
Yeah.
The nation needs it.
Yeah. It's easy. Like, it's a very simple solution.
You were the one. You were the one that wanted to open. It didn't work out. But I'm sure that we can meet halfway here.
Yep.
You can bat at 3 instead of 4. How about that?
You bat at 3, and then I can see a spot for Cam maybe at 4.
No, well, English maybe.
Whatever. Well, listen, I don't know.
But then it's up for debate. Four's now up for debate.
Because at least the ball's seen a bit more. The ball's seen a bit more willow.
Or Travis Head, you go, listen, mate, we need you to go up 1 spot. It's just 1 spot. Don't wig out. Just 1 spot. You go to 4, Cam's 5, Slug 6. There's more balance now.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Smudge is injured. Is he back for the second test?
Most likely.
He needs to bat 3. We just need to. That needs to happen.
Yep. That feels right.
Doesn't that feel?
Because we don't have a 3 anywhere else in the planet. Like, there's no other Australian 3 anywhere.
We don't have another 3.
Which is concerning as fuck as well, because Smudge ain't young. Smudge ain't long for this world.
But I mean, like we said last year, Cam Green needed to go out and get rimmied and sucked from the back because he still looks timid.
He's a boy. He's a boy, dude. He's a boy. He's a big boy, but he's still a boy.
Yeah, but you can get big boys.
Yeah, but big boys don't usually. You need a big man, not a big boy.
We need men out there.
Yep.
This is Test cricket.
This is Test cricket. I need a man.
This is 5 days of grueling, battle between bat and ball.
Yeah, it is. Trench warfare.
1,000%. World War I stuff.
Yeah.
In France, the Somme.
Yeah.
Then we've got the English coming out, the old enemy, the ones that dumped us here. This is modern Australia, punters and dribblers. 230 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever it is.
Well, they dumped, yes, modern Australia here, you're right.
I'm talking modern Australia and said, get on with it, losers. Who's the losers now?
Yeah.
We've obviously just from that has grown the great nation that is Australia, the modern nation. And now we are the envy of the cricketing world, but not when we're rolling out boys to do a man's job. Not.
No.
When we're rolling out boys to do a man's job. Now, I'm not saying that Cam Green can't become a man because you can become a man overnight. I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen, but usually that takes a traumatic experience, and so I know that there's been some talk of sort of sexual
or we've said it, great cricketer have said it, a sexual awakening.
Yes, no, and a sexual awakening is one thing, but I'm just wondering whether he needs to maybe go through something a little more traumatic.
Benoit balls. Consensual.
Of course consensual, but again, that's still sexual. So I'm just thinking, I'm not saying traumatic sexual experience.
Right.
I'm not saying fill him up with fucking girthy Benoit balls. I reckon he should be doing that already. I'd be disappointed if he's not doing that already. I'm just like,
You want to drop him?
Well, dropping
Is that the trauma you're talking about?
I don't know.
Or are you saying going for a hot meal?
No, I mean like he's got to escape from a house fire. He's got to put out a fire. He's got to do something where you're not the same afterwards.
Save a dog or something.
Well, that's not that traumatic. I mean, he's got to run. He's got to run into a burning building. Put it out.
The dog's drowning.
Run into a burning building where the stakes are high because you're not going to die. The dog will die. But you won't die. I need you in there, life or death. Test cricket is life or death.
His skin doesn't look very fire resistant.
Not yet.
You want him to come out with boils and blisters.
No, you put him in a suit. Don't be stupid.
You want to test him that way?
I don't want to give him bloody 3rd degrees. I just want him to. He needs to do some hard things. Hard times make strong men, Edward.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. He's from a soft era.
He's from a soft era. He can play, but he hasn't seen hard times. Maybe I'm not saying put him on the. I'm not saying send him to Gaza. I'm sure that might be what Seabold thinks he should do. Mate, do you think batting 3 for Australia's pressure? Go to Gaza.
Is this a Seabold thing?
Maybe he needs to sit down with
I think he needs to sit down with Anthony Seabold. The Seabold sessions.
Yeah.
Seabold just runs you through all the shit happening in the world, and the fact he reminds you, and from the top he does, that you will die eventually. So get over it, mate. All you're doing is taking a bit of lacquer off a nut.
I'd love to see Seabold's TED Talk, which is just we're all going to die.
Yep. Get over it. Pussies.
We are all going to die.
Don't be soft. You could be Ukrainian.
Yeah.
On the front line.
Yeah. You're batting 3 for Australia, getting paid handsomely. You're 6'9".
Mate, you're not putting up drone nets, bro.
No. Get it in perspective.
In perspective, all you're doing is swinging a bit of willow around.
Yeah. You're swinging a stick at a ball. Do it better.
And you're paid handsomely.
Wake the fuck up. You're going to die one day.
Yep. Go and sit on these.
They're my balls.
I'm just trying to squeeze them in.
No, I know. Well, listen, they need
I know.
to
Like I've been
in.
trying to squeeze them in from the start.
Yeah,
from the top.
I get it. I get it. Maybe
I just think there's a place for the Benoit.
What if you put some 6 stitches on a rope?
Sat on them. Yeah. Dukes or kookaburras?
Is that a real question?
Yeah. Just checking.
You're not going to catch me out with that, mate.
Because we need results. And
we need that, but we need like.
And I know,
strong results.
But we lost. We won. Yeah, I know we won. But
we didn't win convincingly.
We didn't win convincingly, and our top 4 was poor.
They're always poor. Our bowlers save our bacon.
Except Usman in the first dig. Got a 47, whatever. But on the whole, and particularly the new boys, the Nigerian Prince and the soft buttery boy need to be better.
Butterboy and the Nigerian Prince.
Need to be better.
Yeah.
They need to be better because we've got the biggest summer of all time coming up.
Yeah.
And every summer where the English come out, it's the biggest. Read a book. If we were to lose this and mask and, and cap off, I mean, Origin's not done yet, but I can't have a loss of that magnitude in my own backyard.
No.
I'm still not over 2010. So just...
No. Do we want to try and get to like 1 day of every test? Is that possible?
Yeah, of course it is. It's not impossible.
Well, I just wanted. I think we need to try to do that.
Certainly not impossible.
I know that there's a lot of hurdles to jump through, and we're probably going to, we need to find a way to turn it into work.
Well, mate, it's fine. There's only really the Boxing Day test is the toughest one, but we can do it. The other ones are fucking, mate, November and shit. It's work time.
It's a great point. It is work time. Maybe 2 days.
Tickets sold out. Gonna need.
Well, we need help. High level. Sweet stuff.
We need sweet stuff. That's what we need.
Yeah. The Sweet Science. That could be our tour. The Sweet Science tour, where it's just SUITE.
And no one sees us live. We just go to Sweets.
No, we're just going to Sweets, dude. Little piggies. We got a sweet tooth.
Get a real sweet tooth.
Now this, I can't be fucked. I mean, listen. It's just more to do with the SCG.
Stranded on Honeymoon Island, a new show on 7.
Is that Jackie O's show? Apparently it stunk the house up. The SCG.
What
mate.
a weird concept.
What do you mean? Stranded on Honeymoon Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please continue.
The SCG's in big trouble.
You said am first.
I'm correcting it. I'm saying the SCG's in big trouble. They've had to fly in the grass god who's been provided by the AFL to try and fix the turf. It's like some of the worst they've ever seen. What did Jonathan Brown say? Heard of him? 3-time premiership player with the Brisbane Lions. Wake up. Read a book. Basically, there's some guy called the turf god or the grass god, the god of grass. He's a deity, I imagine.
Big muff guy.
Oh, he loves muff. I think that's just sort of assumed.
It's par for the course.
But
Bruce McAfee.
the SCG is in such a bad way.
Is he of the McAfee family?
Is in Pat McAfee the
online security?
I think it's McAfee.
Oh.
The state of the turf has posed a serious risk to AFL players. Not that we care about AFL players all that much.
We care about cricket players, though.
We care about cricket players. But the turf's just been ripping up. It's basically like they've been playing on carpet, mate. Slipping over. Turf just ripping up.
What, cut too short?
Mate, they're saying...
It's a soil problem.
Where is the explanation?
Like, if you're going to write an article about the state of the grass, you need to tell me what the fuck is wrong with it.
So what they've said in the article is that the issues stem from an Andrea Bocelli concert on
That's
the 3rd
right.
of April at the venue, with the surface seemingly still feeling the after effects.
From Bocelli when?
Andrea Bocelli.
3rd of April, 2 months ago.
So they had to move some shit around for Andrea Bocelli. I'm all for culture, mate. I'm all for culture. But let's not get in the way of, the quality of it. You put them in a park if you have to. What's the park there for? SCG.
Bocelli played at the SCG.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And a temporary stage and seating was set up at the Paddington end, and so grass had to be replanted on nearly a third of the ground.
And that's where the issues are stemming from?
And they're saying the grass guy is like, the curator is saying that because then we had biblical rain, the turf hasn't been able to take like he would have hoped. So they're calling in the grass god to hopefully perform like some sort of grass miracle.
And do they explain how he goes about his work? Is he working in the woo woo? This guy,
I think he's a miracle worker.
Does he sing to the grass? Does he?
I don't know, dude. I mean, How many miracles it take to become a saint?
2.
This would have to count as one if he brings it back. Jonathan Brown says the worst he's ever seen.
Well, I mean, listen, if you can bring it back overnight, yes.
As bad
that's
as
a
I've
miracle.
seen in years. I remember playing early on Colonial Stadium surface, and that was a sandpit, but this is shocking. This is a disgraceful mismanagement by the ground. How they've allowed it to get to this is a real shame. It's been a really good spectacle, the ball movement when both teams get going, but this surface is disgraceful.
Interesting. I would have thought that they would have a really good system around concert in.
Bump in, bump out.
Bump in, bump out, but also, like, let's leave DeGrasse alone.
Yeah.
A la Britney, circa 2006.
Leave the SCG turf alone.
But leave it alone in the sense of don't damage it.
Yeah.
Or is that just absolutely impossible?
I'm sure there'd be some damage. You're going to, like, lay shit on it.
Like, obviously they lay stuff on it, but it's still feeling the weight, the pressure of the world above it. That's the punter and the dribbler and the stage and the equip.
And the weight of
And
expectation.
Bocelli himself.
The weight of expectation.
Well, it weighs heavily on grass. Always has. I don't like hearing that article. A couple of reasons why. A, I don't care about AFL at all. So fucking mate, who cares? Like, your sport's pretty, it's pretty easy to play. So like, just get on with it.
Okay.
What I care about is the test in January, and I'm more worried about where the pitch is at.
Yeah. Are you disappointed or are you concerned about the intersectionality between sport and culture? And whilst Andrea Bocelli, best in class for what he does, blind in that, do you think that Andrea should be kicking rocks as it comes to, like, don't sing on our turf, lad?
I think that the hallowed turf of the SCG should be placed, that sanctity should be placed above all else.
Yep.
And even if you are a blind opera singer, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like, your disabled sticker has no validity here.
No, it doesn't.
Like, just, what I'm trying to say is
That's not
no one's above. No one's above
The SCG.
The SCG.
And that's
and
it.
turf.
I don't want you to, like, that's not an insensitive thing to say.
No,
'Cause you're
I'm
right.
merely saying no one's above
You
it.
can't slap a disabled sticker on the SCG
No.
and just say you can get in here and fuck the turf up.
No.
You can't see.
No. That's not how it works, and that's not how I want to see it work.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, concerts should be held next door in the park.
Minzy style.
I mean, it's the only thing getting played there is third grade fucking Oztag. Who gives a shit? A couple of rolled ankles.
Why don't we knock a bloody golf course down for Andrea Bocelli?
Seriously, host them over there. If you're going to take the golf course, then put in sort of like a natural auditorium for people like Bocelli.
I like that.
That's
If
nice.
you're going to ruin a good golf course, you may as well. I can't think of anything more stressful than being a groundskeeper of, like, one of the biggest in the country and have it be this bad. Like, you're just like, oh, this is all I meant to do.
Well, mate, you're out there every day, you're out there every morning, you're out there every night. I think that probably if he had his time again, he would have got on the blower to his buddies and they would have been down there with umbrellas when that heavy rain hit.
Yeah, brollies.
And people go, oh, mate, why wouldn't you just use tarps? But sometimes grass likes a human touch. Thus the brolly.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I think if he had his time again, he would have jimmied something like that up.
Just got a bunch of Bunnings brollies. That's what we got.
Well, that's what we did.
We got fucking heaps
Now
of
look
Bunnings
at us.
brollies. Now look at us.
Dry.
Dry as a bone, mate. Dry as an old Jats bicky. Couple of things before we go, Eddie. Did you see friend of the show, Jordan Simi,
Yes, I
basically kill Kevin Proctor on the
did.
weekend?
I didn't know what to expect at Run It 2.0 in Dubai. I'm like, I didn't know Simi was in it until I saw him do the weigh-in. And then B, when I saw the footage, I'm like, holy shit, does my boy Simi get laid out here?
That's what I thought.
And then when he fucked him up, I was actually shocked.
How many followers does it have?
Simi?
Or is this Simi?
Yeah, this is Simi. He's got 31.
No, I was talking about the Run It thing.
Watch it again. I actually thought they might take a backward step, Run It. Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Go to Run It.
190,000.
How many did Simi go through?
Who won 200 grand?
That's how much the prize was, dude. Did Simi run it again? Like, did he get to run it?
No, he wouldn't have. Kevin would have been done.
So was theirs like a?
He got knocked out.
No, but was there?
No, but he wouldn't have. But he would have supposed to have.
What I'm saying is, if Simi knocks out Kevin Proctor, does he just not run again, or is he meant to run against someone else? It's like a bracket.
It could have been an exhibition matchup.
No, he was an exhibition, and he was.
Oh, two
He wasn't
exhibition
actually
matchups.
competing.
Okay, can you just go see the full speed?
Full speed, yeah.
It's gnarly.
Runner ready. Defender ready. 3, 2, 1, run it. Runner ready.
Fuck, dude, that is.
3, 2, 1, run it.
Oh, it's hectic.
Oh,
It is hectic.
I know there's a lot of like, that kid died in New Zealand and everyone's sort of concerned about it. Kevin Proctor should have been able to tackle Jordan Simi there. That was like awful tackle technique from a former NRL player.
He didn't look good. Simi's a big boy.
Simi's fucking huge.
Simi's huge.
He's huge. But Kevin Proctor played for New Zealand. Like, Kevin Proctor was a fucking professional footballer.
He just got laid out.
Just got knocked.
How old's Kevin now? Is this
How
a
old's
young
Simi?
bull thing?
36.
How old's Simi?
36? Well, fuck, Simi be what, 32? 31?
I reckon he'd be older than that. I reckon
Is he older than us or younger? I think
he might be younger. But
Similar age, though.
yeah.
33.
There you go. Poor old Kevin. What are you laughing about?
Darren Woods replying to our brokering piece.
Has Hoffman replied?
No. That's funny. And just lastly, Eddie, before we go,
Yeah, mate.
shout out to Arisa Trew. You remember the Aussie
Oh,
girl?
yeah. What did she do on that ramp?
Bro, she's...
What was that move?
Yeah, so she did the first chick to do like a...
First kickflip, body varial 540.
that a woman's ever done. And if I just get the video, can you get it? It's in saved.
When you alley-oop like that. Our current leader, Arisa Trew. Nice. There it is. Kick, body varial. Kick flip, body varial, 540.
That has never been done in competition by this field before. I'm not sure if she's landed it at home, but...
She's got more X Games golds than any woman in the Summer Games. She's 15. She's got 8 golds.
And she's 15.
Yeah.
That is insane. What an absolute star.
What an animal. Chloe Cavell also, I think, a bit of an animal. We got some fucking weapon skateboarders.
We rock and roll, baby.
Sorry, before we go, one thing. What did you think about Ilya Topuria just absolutely
gonna bring that up.
melting fucking...
Can I be honest with you? I was loving the fight.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a sick fight.
Yeah.
Oliveira so dangerous on the ground.
Bigger and stronger as well.
Bigger, stronger, wrapping him up. They had that groundwork at the start was interesting. I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be an absolute war. And then Topuria was like, oh, you remember my strength, lad?
Remember my hands?
Remember my hands?
Power.
Get that up, yeah. He is special.
Yeah. I don't know if there's and people are saying it. This isn't me breaking new thought patterns here.
Thought patterns.
The greatest streak in history. Just knock Volk, knock Max, and knock Oliveira. Volk, at the time, was considered the greatest featherweight of all time.
And got bashed heavily.
We got melted. Then Max Holloway was the former featherweight GOAT, had never been knocked out, knocked him out. Like, that was the guy that no one could knock out. The best fucking punchers of all time couldn't knock him out. Conor couldn't knock him out. And then Oliveira, who's got the most submissions in UFC history, and a former featherweight champion, like Hall of Famer, all-timer, and he just melts him.
In the first round.
First round, going up a weight.
Crazy. Islam, come down.
Or
when you're done with welterweight, or you go up.
Topuria go
I don't
up.
care. Or do a catch weight. I don't care. Whatever.
I'd love to see him go for a third belt.
Give it to me. Well, okay. If Islam goes up and wins, then we do.
He won't. JDM, so Islam's going to have to come down.
True. So you come down. So you lose to JDM, then you come down and you defend. Well, you don't have the belt anymore. you try and win it back. That's what I need
Yeah.
to see.
That would be so sick. Did you watch many of the fights?
I only saw that one, the Coco friends.
Not the co-main event, the one before. One of the best fights I've ever seen. 2 flyweights. This guy he's 23. He only just got into the top 10 rankings. I think maybe he was 10 or 11. He might not even been ranked. He might have been 12th. He was ranked 12th. Came in, he'd fought 3 weeks ago. Came in late notice to fight the number 1 contender in the flyweight. And it was a fucking
Did he win?
war. And then he drops him in the final 15 seconds of the 3rd round to win it. And now he's got the title fight against Pantoja next.
Wow.
He's come from nowhere, and now he's in the title fight.
Drops him in the last. Was he winning the fight before that?
Dude, it was like, honestly, before that, you would have been like, I have no idea who won this fight. It was brutal.
Those flyweights, dude, they
They
don't drop each other. They just sit there and cob it.
Yeah. And he's the first fighter to have over 100 significant strikes landed in his first 6 fights. So he's just a fucking animal.
Crazy.
Tran? Johnny Tran? Someone Tran?
Joshua Van.
Your mate Jake Paul won.
Oh, my mate. Against Chavez Jr. That was a shithole fight. I did watch it. It's my job in that.
He keeps winning.
Keeps winning. Can't knock that, mate. Can't knock the guy. Keeps winning.
Keeps winning.
Keeps winning.
Keeps winning.
Hey, he keeps winning.
He keeps winning.
Boy.
Chavez is a fucking boxer.
Well, he's former world champion.
Yeah.
He fought fucking Canelo.
Yeah.
Keeps winning.
He's old-ish.
He's 36
or 7, I think.
And listen, he's been well off for a while.
But he did win.
He still won.
He did win.
Do you know what else he's doing? He's paying for fucking Ben Askren's new
I saw that. I saw that.
Insurance
I was like,
company
where's this going at the end? And then I'm like, oh, he's actually been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Chavez
Yeah, because
Jr.'s
insurance
sitting
won't cover it. Apparently lung transplants are like one of the most expensive surgeries. So the insurance is like, nah.
Dude, it's so crook.
So crook.
Just crook.
Oh, mate, you didn't read the lung clause there.
Yeah, whoops. Oh, the one thing we didn't cover.
Oh, shit, I didn't go through the lung clause. You're dead
Sorry.
right. Bastards. Anyway, I reckon he would have given him a chunk. Him and Logan would give him money. So they got deep pockets.
Yeah, they do. Oh, what was this? Hold on. Sit back, Ed. What do you want to open it, mate? You're always whinging. Here you go. You can open it, buddy.
Yeah, but you're giving me this because there's nothing in it I can.
Are we recording? I don't know what that is.
God's sake.
What is it?
This is dribbly. To their right honourable eminences, Lord Tom and Lord Eddie of the House of Hello Sport, I write to you today bearing tidings of great novelty, profound importance, and just enough legal ambiguity to keep things interesting. For nearly a decade, you have presided over the home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. Yes, we have. A realm forged in yarns, governed by dribble, and built on the backs of hot takes delivered with the sort of confidence only 2 uncredentialed visionaries could muster. Thank you. You've led the punters and dribblers through triumph, tragedy, and many a 2-hour podcast episode with no real agenda, just feel. Yes, we have. Along the way, you've never wavered in your support of the Manly Warringah Seagulls except this season. And while
support has not wavered.
Belief has. And while the great Tom and Jake Trebojevic may not be the focus of every episode, they remain spiritual beacons, trusted sons of Manly, and symbolic pillars of loyalty, strength, and brotherhood. Much like yourselves, really. It's beautifully written. Still, despite all your contributions to culture, community, and the nation's finest dribble, one key honour has eluded you, Tom. Until now, through the sacred and unsurprisingly user-friendly process of purchasing things on the internet, I've secured for you both a legitimate Scottish land and title package. This entitles you to a plot of land in the misty highlands of Scotland, and more importantly, the right to be officially known as Lord Thomas William George Birmingham and Lord Edward Lloyd Simpson. This is no joke. You are now lords, not just in the eyes of the punter and the dribbler, but in the eyes of at least one certificate printing website and presumably a confused Scottish notary. Your dominion may be small, roughly a square foot, but your status is monumental, and so begins a new era. You are now landowners, a rare achievement in Sydney's economic climate, where even renting a car space requires a blood oath. You have risen above the rabble, ascending to a level of distinction far beyond that of once equals. Let it be known that you now stand unquestionably above Jarch, above Sevo, above Streety, above Denon, and any other cunt that wants to chirp up. While they continue to squabble in the realm of content, you are now ruled on from afar, cloaked in tartan and legitimacy. So go forth, my lords, demand proper forms of address, update your email signatures, use your titles at dinner reservations, hotel check-ins, and anywhere clout is recognised. And if anyone dares question your right to rule, simply raise an eyebrow, point value towards the Highlands and say, it's Scottish law, look it up. Yours in eternal respect and admiration, Clay Gordon. Now, I have a folder here that says Scotland titles on it. Land with reference number 60092, Lord Thomas William George Birmingham and Lord Edward Lloyd Simpson of Blairdom. Please find and enclose your certificate of disposition and proclamation confirming you now own land within a Scottish estate. So we've got land, mate.
We got land?
Yep. You can type in the Google coordinates of Tobler.
Google coordinates Tobler.
Yeah.
56.12 15718 minus 3.385 6475. Got to sign the master deed title, mate.
We got to sign it?
This all seems very legitimate.
Yeah.
Certificate of tree planting. This certificate is awarded to you as a support of our tree planting project. Now, thanks to contribution, we can plant more trees and create a larger impact on the planet. Sure.
Okay, so...
Scotland titles location map.
So we're just going to own a couple of trees? Have you found it, Tobler?
Yeah, this is it here.
Keep zooming in.
Zoom all the way in. And put it on satellite. I want to eyeball this thing for real.
For real?
For realsy.
Oh, good bit of land that.
Good bit of land. What, we got a square foot, do we?
Fertile. Verdant.
In the Blairdom Forest.
Wonder if that place has ever seen sun. The cloudy fucking joint.
Right next to Canston, mate.
You ever been to Scotland?
No.
Like, I'd like to go
I'd
there.
like to.
You know, you have a bloody...
I'd like to.
Have a dark lager and eat a steak and kidney pie or whatever.
I wouldn't be having any bloody haggis, but
But
I'd have a guinea pie.
But it just looks like a fucking...
So we have
shithole.
2 square feet.
Okay.
Not nothing. Square foot each.
Next to each other? Because then you can then you can build.
We can build then. You can build in 2 square foot.
Yeah, you can.
Might get the earthwork done this week.
Yeah.
Then we'll start driving some piles
Get
in,
some
mate.
conveyancing or surveyor. Get a surveyor up there, see what we're doing.
Congratulations, Laird of Balderadom.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, mate.
That's great. That's beautiful.
That's
Lords, couple of lords.
Couple of lords, eh? Couple of lords.
I mean, listen, they actually punch up both of our names.
Lord Edward Lloyd Simpson.
Lord Thomas William George Birmingham. My name feels like it needs a lord in front of it. Thought potentially he was going to give us a knighthood. Didn't know if that was possible.
You are now the proud owner of Scottish land and now form part of the long history of Scotland steeped in pride and tradition. You may legitimately style yourself with the title of Laird or its closest English translation of Lord or Lady. As you are now affiliated to Scotland, you have the right to use Scottish tartan and wear the traditional Scottish national attire, the kilt.
Oh.
So we should get in a couple of kilts, mate.
Yep. Flop our dongs out.
Sit like this.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?